Guys, welcome back. It is Trek Tuesday. I am Norm. This is Norm Can't Shoot. And we are back with our Deep Space Nine themed playthrough of Indie Band Simulator Rising Star 2, the greatest game that hardly anybody's heard of, but we're making impact, people. I am seeing more people trying it out and playing it, at least, based on taking a look at YouTube and Twitch and so forth. So I'm happy about that. And listen, I'm having a great time. Todd from Gilly Games dropped another update. There's something coming up soon. We'll get into it and talk about it during the stream. This time around, Terok Nor has released the third album. It went pretty good. It went better than I was expecting. We opened at like 421 or something, so that's good. I'll take that. That's no problem. So now we have a massive European tour that's going to take us all over the place. So it's going to be like a 2 or 3 month tour. It's going to take us a long time. But it's going to be good. We'll be able to hopefully drum up some popularity, which we now know is actually increasing, which is chef's kiss. It's beautiful. And we'll just kind of get our popularity up. We'll grind away. We'll get lots of inspiration. Hopefully, on breaks in the tour on the weekends, we'll be able to maybe write a song or two. And after the tour is done, we'll kind of see where we stand. Once the tour is done, we have a lot of big decisions to make. Are we going to move? What city are we going to move to? What country are we going to move to? And we're going to replace Hugo, our super manager to the stars, is going to get replaced by another manager in that city. But we've already worked it out. He's a trill. He's going to be. It's a whole thing. Just go back and watch the last stream. It'll make more sense. It's a whole thing. Anyway, why am I just yammering again? Let's get into it. Where's my headphones? We'll sort that out. Let's get over to here. Here they are. Okay. Excellent. In case you missed it, hang on. In case you missed it, yes, I am wearing a Slurm shirt. If you don't know what this is all about or what this shirt is about, then I don't know, man. I can't help you. I can't help you. You should know. All right. So, as you can see, our dance card is full. All of September, all of October, most of November. So basically, essentially a 3-month tour is what we're going on here. So it's going to bring us through like half of Europe. So it should be good. And most importantly, our popularity did see a slight increase, which means that it is possible for popularity to increase. I have avoided the dreaded popularity glitch of death, which killed the previous playthrough. So that was the most exciting part for me. But we still got a long ways to go with this popularity. Having an album at about 421 in the charts is certainly going to help that endeavor. We've already paid off all of the costs to the production company. So any money that we're making on sales now is going to go straight in the old pocket. So we're already millionaires. We're going to be hopefully multi-millionaires by the time this tour is done. And we'll have lots of cash to spread around to move to a big city because Lord knows we're going to need it. After the tour, we'll also have to figure out whether we're going to release that indie album we were talking about. I'm probably going to do that just for fun. And then we got to get right on the next contract and get it going. So lots to do. But in the short term, we need to get on this tour. Now, I think that equipment-wise, I think we're okay. I probably should have gone on another shop. Like, look at this. Yeah. We might have to go on a shopping spree to start out here and see if we can't get some replacements to some of these items because it's not ideal. Oops, let's go in and get a practice in, I guess, before then. But yeah, these I want to update some of these. I want to kind of listen. We're going to be going all over the place. I want to maximize our potential. All right? I want to get all the popularity. Okay? I want to be the quarterback of the football team and the head cheerleader. Boom. We'll get there. For now, I mean, the practice is good because we've got everything pretty much practiced up here. Certainly off the new album. These are all the new album stuff. This is all ready to go. So I guess maybe we'll... I mean, this one's almost... We'll practice this one just for fun, I guess. We'll finish that off. Do we do If Wishes Were Horses? Let's do If Wishes Were Horses, just because we get, we could, just in case things go dry. It's good to have that in the pocket. You know what I mean? Especially where it's got an added addition for the extra. La 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 la. Okay. Wow. Now we're set. Now I can speak English. It has an added bonus from having basic musicianship be a popular attitude at the moment. Thank you. There we go. I knew I'd get there. Okay, let's get touring. Look at this tour. Look at this tour. We're zigzagging all over the UK, and then we're snaking our way all the way down to eventually, where do we end up? Slovakia or Serbia? I think Serbia we wind up in. So, but first, the exotic location of Birmingham. Okay, let's look for a deluxe. Discount. Regular. Discount. There's the deluxe right there. Right there. Okay. I am going to have to also swing by a garage probably at some point to get fixed up. But let's go to Jacob's Deluxe Music here first and see if we can't... It's parked. And see if we can't get some upgrades. Now, I probably don't need much of an upgrade here. I believe these were all pretty good. Pretty good, so that's fine. Let's... Okay, let's repair everything. It's only going to be a couple thou. And then we'll decide what we're going to get rid of. These are both in good shape. They're still high condition. They're both fine. I'm not so worried about that. Maybe I'll get another effects processor. Right, let's go by... This one here is... Is it only a... Oh, I was going to say 543. Let's look at stage presence, because that's really what we want to make sure we're maximizing here. There's a +4 stage presence. That's the one that we already have. That one's got 7 playing and 3 stage presence. That's not so bad at all. Let's get that one. Okay, that'll do for now. Kira, her guitars are still in good shape and they're still very good. We just replaced these, so they're not so bad. Let me take a look at the amp. Amp is great. Actually, you know what? We may not be in bad shape. I may not need to go too crazy here. These are okay. We got lots of strings, so that's fine. Jadzia. I mean, again, these are both very good, and they're both in decent shape, so that's fine. Cymbals. I'll probably need to get another set of cymbals, so I might as well just get that over with right now. Okay, well, let's keep it to stage presence, because really I think that's the most important thing on tour. So, Shark, hello, welcome. Gotta get that 5G. Gotta get that 5G energy, Shark. That's what you need, man. Keep that internet solid. The best part is that if you believe conspiracy theorists, if you go get your COVID vaccine, boom, instant 5G from Bill Gates. Sounds good to me. I am still waiting for my COVID vaccine. I'm waiting very impatiently about it, if I'm being honest. It's let's just say that the rollout here in Canada has been a little less than ideal, to put it mildly. So we're kind of crossing our fingers here and hoping for better days ahead. But my mom has got her COVID vaccine. I think my grandmother got her COVID vaccine. She's turning 90 on Thursday, so We were concerned about her. My sister, at least one of my sisters, has her vaccine done, so we're making progress. We're making progress. Okay, this is what we wanted to replace. This bass guitar. It's got good stats, but the condition is terrible. It's old news. We need to kind of get something. It's right now it's 536. We can get a couple of different ones if we need to. That's got, yeah, they just the options for the basses just don't seem to be as good. Really. I mean, 6 stage presence is the exact same as what I've got here. I might as well just try and refurbish this if I can. Let's see what happens if I refurbish this bad boy. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, so we're right back up to full condition. So that's good. Because it's not bad. Let me see if they've got better on writing music. No, because Keiko's doing lyrics, so her music doesn't really matter. So let's see if there's a better playing guitar. Not really. Not particularly. All right, well, I think that's the best we're gonna do for now. We can come up with a better bass than that, I'm sure. We must be able to. I'm just trying to listen. I'm putting all my eggs in this basket, baby. There's one for stage presence. What was this one? Writing music. Let's go for playing. Have we got a playing bonus? Boom. Nailed it. Let's spend all the cash. Stage presence. There's a +7 stage presence. I already have that one, actually. Next we have the harmonizer. Yeah, you know what? I think that's probably good. That's probably fine. Okay. And we've got lots of strings. Did I get drumsticks? I did. Okay, I think we're prepared. That was better than I was expecting, actually. I thought we were in rougher shape equipment-wise, but I figure as long as we're rich, we might as well max out. But we're already pretty much maxed out, so that works for me.
Hey, good luck in your gig tonight.
Thank you. Talking about love. Everyone's talking about love. Currently, we have love, instrumentals, and basic musicianship. I don't have any instrumental tracks. Although we should try and write an instrumental track. I keep forgetting that's a thing that we can do. All you have to, I mean, it's tricky to get a really high value because you're basically only using 3 of the 4 puzzle pieces. But we're at the stage now where we're getting like 30s, 33s, and 34s and things like that in our puzzle pieces. So theoretically, we could get 3 that'd still be 100, and I can have a cool instrumental track. That'd be interesting. Doesn't help me right now, but that's fine. Okay, we're clearing all set lists. We're clearing all set lists. We want to obviously focus on stuff that appears on Wormhole. Civil Defense being, of course, the big track, because that's got the huge attitude boosts right now. We might throw Armageddon Game in there anyway, just because it's off the previous album, but it's got a good popularity. It's got that bonus on the attitude, so we'll throw it in there to get everybody hyped. Yeah, I for a very long time, I mean, I watched the video today from Todd where he talked about some of the new features, and I will get into all that later. But he talked about some of the new features that are coming down, and he showed you could do instrumental. Now, I believe you could do that previously, and I just forgot about it, or that might be a new feature. I'm not sure, to be honest. I seem to recall that I learned I could do that previously, and then forgot all about it. So I don't know whether I just made that up in my brain or whether it's actually true. So I don't know. I have no idea. But the point is, yes, if I'm creating a song, if I only pick the 3, like, you don't have to pick all 4. You could just pick 2 or 3 and just put the song out that way, apparently. So one of the sub goals on this tour is to write an instrumental track. So I think that'd be kind of cool. All right. What are we doing here? A set 9 set. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do... it's not on the album, but I get a little bonus there. So we'll put past tense in there. We'll put in Defiant. And then we'll do Distant Voices. We'll do Heart of Stone. Fascination. We'll do... these are all... This is Wormhole. Jem'Hadar is Wormhole, right? Yeah. Jem'Hadar. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I need one more. And... the alternate's off Taylor, but again, that's got the basic musicianship bonus. But I really got to try and pump the stuff off Wormhole. I really do. So let's get that in there. Actually, you know what? Let's put Visionary in there instead of Heart of Stone. Because Visionary is off of Wormhole and it's got the bonus. So that's better. That's a better situation. Let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try. Again, I'm putting in too much. I've got the banner Wormhole, so we're fine. I'm putting in too much thought. All right. See, to me, I don't understand why we have 650 here. Like, why the tour has 650 in it. Because, you know, just individually on our own, we were booking, you know, 1500s and 300. This is Birmingham. We've booked huge shows in Birmingham. We booked like 15,000 shows in Birmingham. So I don't know why we're doing a 650 for the tour, but it might be because it has to balance out your popularity with the popularity of the band you're with, maybe. So, look, it's all good. Look at all this. Look at all these positives. Beautiful. Look at the set list. They love it. They love everything we do. Look at Civil Defense. It's killing it. Killing it with the strong starts.
I could feel the magic in
excellent.
the air
And we're already topped up on inspiration.
Listening to the sounds of the
We're gonna, I mean, every weekend we've only got one day off, so we're gonna have to bang out songs like a crazy person. But that's all good. That's all good. It'll all get used. Some of the changes they're doing for the new what's coming up. Well, okay, let me just get into it. Okay, before we continue, let me just get into it. We'll do a quick little summary of what Todd announced today is going to be some changes to songwriting. So when you're writing a song, first of all, minor change. When you're putting the pieces together, you know what? I'm gonna wait until I'm writing a song on the weekend. I just lied to you. I'm gonna wait until I write some songs on the weekend because it'll be easier to show it when I'm doing it. So I'm getting off on a tangent. Benj, welcome. Good to see you again. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you have to get you should be able to designate when you're doing a tour whether you want to be the lead band or the opening band or whatever, right? Because to me, if I want to do a tour with, you know, opening for a big band would be good in some ways because you're playing larger venues, but you're not the main draw, right? Whereas if you're doing a tour certainly in support of your own album, you'd want to be the lead band, and so that might mean smaller places because, you know, depending on what your popularity is, you know, you've got a smaller band opening for you. You should be able to choose that as the point, right? Instead of it just being sort of random. So I know they've talked about that before. Atheism. Okay, so Atheism's coming back. That's fine. I've got a couple of Atheism songs. I know they've talked about that before on the Discord and things like that. So it is out there in the ether. So hopefully that's something that gets done at some point in the future. We'll see. Alright, we're killing it again. I haven't had to go to the cheat code. I haven't had to go to It Wishes Were Horses. So I want to kind of grind the album songs out because it'll help me get some of those up to that level, you know? It's not going to rocket there like if we're some horses, but I mean, the popularity of these songs are going to increase as we go. So,
It's Shady O'Grady
excellent.
doing the night shift on
All
Stranded
right, next
Radio.
up,
The
leads.
phones are busy tonight. Here's one by request.
The problem is if we're doing 9 sets and we've got no time to practice, it's going to be hard to vary. I'd like to kind of mix it up a little bit, but it's going to be difficult to do that because I'm going to lose play skill on them. Unique meetings, Strange Machine. Strange Machine is not a bad name. I don't want to have to, like, each time I'm going through this, like, switching it up to make sure that I have these ones. My play skills are still hanging in there, so hopefully maybe on, like, every week I can switch up the playlist a little bit so that I can make sure I'm getting all the songs off the album being used. So, we'll see. I mean, there's 10 songs on the album, and probably only maybe 6 or 7 of them are in the set list, so there's a couple of odd people out that I'd like to try and throw out there so they don't get forgotten. Alright, all of my results are plus 70, so I'm happy about, or 70 plus rather, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, everybody's loving it, no problems.
It's the weird part of the night. You're with Shady O'Grady on Stranded Radio.
Okay, next,
Doing my
off to
part.
Liverpool.
Weird.
My allergies have been going crazy all day today. So I'm gonna apologize in advance if I have to blow my nose at some point, or if my eyes look a little red. I tell you, man, this change of seasons. I didn't have allergies for like the first 40 years of my life. I was never allergic to anything. Pollen, nothing. No allergies whatsoever. And then all of a sudden at like 40, I start getting massive allergic reactions every spring. I don't know what happened. I didn't know that could happen to you. Just suddenly become allergic to stuff. It's madness. But it's alright. Listen, I'll take allergies over COVID.
It's a nice, cool night. Perfect for cruising around with the windows
All
down
right.
and the system up. Shady O'Grady
This
here.
will put the first week of the tour in the books. You know what? Let's chauffeur it. Let's chauffeur it. I'm feeling lazy today. Alright, these are a little better. We're getting 4,000 seats here at theaters. That's alright. The crowd goes wild. They love Terok Nor. It's a heavy Bajoran crowd, in fairness. They're kind of religiously obligated to cheer for the emissary, but still. It's nice to see, regardless. Oh, we didn't quite get 70 on that one. We did get a level up, though, so I'm happy about that.
I can feel the magic in the air tonight.
Alright, we got a couple of
You're with
level ups.
Shady
Kira,
O'Grady, listening to the sounds of the night on Stranded
I'm just pumping it
Radio.
all into stage presence right now, just because that's what we kind of need to get going. Okay, next stop is going to be Newcastle, so we can head back home for this one here. That's fine. Eventually, we're going to have to start going to hotels for these sorts of things, but we can try and write a song, and then I can finally show you. Okay, we climbed up to 407. 407. Place your bets, gentlemen. Place your bets. Where are we going to top out? Where are we going to top out? I think that we've got enough that we might be able to get up to 300. I don't think we're going to crack the top 300, but I think we can make it to 300. We'll see. We'll see. It's a new territory. I've never been on a tour this long in promotion of an album. I probably should have, if I was smart, but we all know that's not the case. So, I haven't done that before. So, I don't know. I say we're going to get right up to 300, but not quite get over. But you tell me what you think. Place your bets and we'll see. Okay, let's head home. I'm going to write a song and then I can show you what the deal is. Now, they haven't made these changes yet. These are all in beta, but this is, I'll explain to you what's going on. So the first change is that each of these things, once they pop in, they're forgotten 14 days after creation, unless you bank them, right? But I have no idea when this thing was created. I don't know. I have no clue. So this could have 1 day left. This could have 14 days left. I haven't the foggiest. So there's going to be a little number up here showing you how many days left it has, which is perfect, because that'll help me make decisions with regards to banking or using certain things. So that's good. The second thing is that if you have two of these puzzle pieces that are identical in the sense that they have the same numeric value by the same person, and they have the same little nubby things. Okay, so two identical things. The difficulty can change, but two otherwise identical. You can combine them, so I can drag them over to the side, and you can combine those ideas, and it'll go up. So he was showing, for instance, if you take two level 1 ideas that are identical, and you combine them, now that turns into a level 3 idea, a single level 3 idea. And that way you can kind of, so some of these crappy ones, these lower ones, like I say previously, where I've had like a bunch of like 18s or 19s and not quite enough to really be good, I can then combine those and maybe get something a little boosted up, right? So I like that idea. That's very good. And the other thing is that once you create a song, you've got your little 4 set here. And then once you create a song, so I would go to, say, Improbable Cause. And over here, it's going to show the puzzle pieces that made it up initially that we're doing back here. Okay? And if I haven't if I haven't recorded the song, okay, if it's just something we've been playing in clubs, I haven't recorded it yet on a CD, then I can, instead of archiving it and deleting the song, I can basically break the song apart. I can like get rid of the song and get back all those puzzle pieces. So I guess in a real world equivalent, it would be something along the lines of, listen, we wrote this song, the lyrics kind of suck and the melody kind of sucks, but it's got a good riff to it. That riff is good. And so you steal that riff and use it for a different song, and you abandon the crappy song, and now that's made a better part of a song, which is great because it's also a kind of workaround in terms of getting, like, let's say I want to store this 31 and I had no space for it. I could just write a crappy song with the 31, stick it in the vault, you know what I mean? Don't worry about it. And then if I need that 31 later on, I can break that song apart and reclaim that 31, right? So again, it's making the songwriting a lot like more, gives you a lot more things you can do with it, right? Which is great. And again, if I create a song without lyrics, it's going to be an instrumental. Now, it was showing in the video that it said instrument. It basically says instrumental if this is left open. So I don't know if it's new that we couldn't do instrumentals before and I was just dumb and didn't realize it or forgot about it, or whether they've just put that there to highlight the fact that you can do that. Okay, well let's do an experiment. Let's do an experiment. Let's take a bunch of crappy ones here. Could I write the song? Oh, it looks like I could. Okay, so in theory, I don't want to do it now because I don't have to get rid of it. But in theory, oh, well, let's just do it. Let's just do it. We'll just call it test. We're just going to do test. Test instrumental. Yep. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. Now I wasted my day songwriting. Oh. Yeah, I am dumb. Well, okay, the good news is you can do that. I wasn't wrong. We'll get rid of this. Let's forget that song. That's fine. So now instead of forgetting the song, I would be able to break that song down and get it back. So there we go. So okay, so I was dumb in that I wasted the opportunity to write a song, but listen, we learned something. And isn't knowledge the best reward of all? I mean, aside from money. All right. What am I doing? Now I have to actually go and do now. Okay, well, I want to try and see if I can actually stash a few of these. If there's anything worth stashing. Like this at 31, I'd like to stash. Really, it's just that 31 that I want to stash. I don't think there's anything else that needs stashing, per se. Let's just get rid of that 24. That's kind of... Oh, I got two 31s. Look at this. I've already got a 36 with these, so we'll keep that 31. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. We'll sort it out. That's okay. We've still got another... A lot of that stuff's still going to be here by the end of the week anyway. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get it sorted out. But anyway, those are some of the new things that are coming out. He also showed us the... where we have now the Shady Awards. We still haven't seen what the Shady Awards look like. We're going to have to wait on that one, I think. But he showed us what the nominations look like. So just a little pop-up for nominations that comes. So you know, a couple of weeks in advance of the actual awards show who the nominees are. So you'll find out if you're nominated. Pretty cool. Before Colossal Ray. I like that. Okay, so what songs aren't being used? Destiny,
Shady O'Grady here,
Heart of Stone,
Radio. You know, the thing
and
I
Second
love about
Skin.
living in the city is that there's always something going on.
Okay, so let's take
Our live music
out...
scene is on fire. Here's a local rock song.
Let's take out Defiant and we'll put in Destiny. They're basically interchangeable, so that's fine. Let's take out the Jem'Hadar and put in Heart of Stone. And that's Wormhole too, right? Yeah, Wormhole. Well, that's Taylor. Second Skin was the other one that we want to do. So let's take out... Oh, what do we take out? Let's take out Past Tense. Even though it's got the bonus, it's not on the album. Let's take out Past Tense, and we're going to put in Second Skin. Right? We're going to do like this, and then we're going to do like this. Yeah, let's do that. Just so we can mix it up a little bit. We'll see. Again, not all these... Some of these songs we haven't even tested out in front of a crowd before, really. They've been on the album, but we didn't actually practice them in there, so there's only one or two that applied to. So theoretically, we could have another hit in here. Probably not, but you never know. Sold out. Okay, so I'm going to need to go buy some more CDs. Everyone just enjoyed it. Everything's good. Okay, so that was still a good set.
Doing the night shift on Stranded Radio.
I'll be able to... What are they talking about? I'll be able to get to Southampton. Yeah, I'll get there in time. What are they talking about? Okay, so I need to get some If Wishes Were Horses. I'm fine for everything else, I think. I mean, no one really cares about If Wishes Were Horses, but that's fine. They like the song, the album, not so much. Not so much. But, listen, we'll pick some up. I mean, I can't imagine we're going to sell a ton of them, so let's just get a bunch of... No, there you go. There you go. It's fine. We might have to come back and get some more, but I'm not so worried about it right yet. I'm excited to get to the continent. We'll start the big... we've got a big, long stretch of French gigs. And then over to Germany, and then we're going to go to some interesting places, so... Alright. 6 set on this one, okay. Well, we're going to start with these two. We'll do Past Tense. Let's do... Actually, these aren't from the album. This one's from the album. And then we'll do... let's see. We'll do, I guess, Distant Voices and Fascination. These are both Wormhole. Yep, okay. Let's try that. Let's try that. I feel like I might run out of energy on that one, but... Yeah, I muffed this one. Quite badly. I'm going to completely run out of energy on that second one for sure. All right, well, listen, live and learn.
It's the weird part of the night. You're with
All right.
Shady O'Grady on Stranded Radio.
Next up,
Doing my
where
part.
are we? Where are we going? Am I just blind? Where's our next gig? Oh, it's here again. That's why. Okay, we gotta find a... I was like, what is going on? All right. Oh, look at this. There's a hotel right here. Perfect. Perfect. Check in. We can write a song at least. That's good. Let's write a song. Okay. Let's see. 36, 15, 25, no. 29, no. No. Okay, let's try something different then. Let's try this. And let's say this. No. $29, 30. Okay, I only need 10 more, but I've got 20. It seems a waste, but that's all right. We'll just do a 20. We'll use this 24. That's more than we need. Can we reduce this at all? What happens if we get rid? Oh, I was gonna say I was all excited. Maybe we could do our instrumental, but no, we need that 30, right? Because that's gonna be, that's 60. That's 84. Yeah, we're gonna really need to boost things up. Okay, but we can get rid of this, and we only need 16 here, so we could drop in the 22 in there. Basic musicianship is hot right now, so that's fine. Let's do that one. Okay. Song about celibacy. Everyone loves celibacy, right? Improbable Cause was the last one. So now it is the die is... Norm learns to spell 4-letter words. Cast. The die is cast. Finish writing that song. All right, now we have another gig. Is it the same place? Is it also at the Southampton Theater? We shall see. All right. No, we're at the Chatty Music. $4.50. Jeez. Did it switch to atheism yet? No, we're still fine. Okay. Our last set was September 15? I think so. There we go, doing well. Kira's got a lot more energy on this tour. Look at her. Look at her. It's high energy. It's high tempo, baby. They are pumped for this tour. They are high off success. Look at this. 83%. The crowd's loving it. I'm loving it. The accountant's loving it because we're making lots of money.
It's a nice, cool
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right, now we're going up to Edinburgh for a brief little tour through Scotland. Put their chauffeur there. That's fine. It's gonna be. Listen, we got 3 months of this going. We can't drive everywhere. We'll use the same 9 set. That's fine. It worked out well. Alright, still doing excellent. We got some interpretive dance going on here by Cisco. Very good. Avery Brooks was a fantastic actor. I mean, I say was, he still is, he's alive still, but he hasn't done a ton of acting in the last couple of years. I think he teaches now. He might be retired, but he isn't in a lot of stuff anymore, which is a shame because he's really, really good. He's so intense. He's very intense.
In the air tonight. You're with Shady O'Grady, listening to the sounds of the night.
All right,
on
Glasgow.
Stranded Radio.
Glasgow. It's a me, Mario, in my garage. Actually, you know what that reminds me? If I can... No, what are you... Thank you. There we go. We're... This is agony, I know. We're getting there. Okay. Let's pop into Mario's. And fix this bad boy up. Another thing I'd like to have custom graphics on is the van. How awesome would it be to be on tour and you have, I have that, like, that wormhole map that I have going on for the banner, have a matching graphic on the van, right? That's obviously probably a lot more complicated because this is kind of a 3D wrap as opposed to just a regular flat graphics. But if you could put those as, like, placeable items on your van, you know what I mean? That would be good. Private Trouserses. What? Private Trouserses. Trouserses isn't a word. Private Trousers. That's a little funny. But Trouserses. That was like when comedy goes too far, right? Some guy in the band was a smartass and said, wouldn't it be hilarious if our band was named Private Trousers? And they're all like, yes, oh my god, the lulz, right? And then another guy says, wait, what if it was Trouserses? And then they're all like, oh, okay. And then they realized too late that it's too much. It's that step too far in the joke. So now it's not funny anymore, it's annoying. That's okay. That's why they're the opening act and we're not. There you go. Beautiful.
It's Shady O'Grady.
Okay, one more for the week. Where are we off to? Aberdeen.
The phones are busy tonight. Here's one by request.
Lou Horton Theater. Nice and close. Thanks, Lou. Lucky Whale. That's a good name. I kind of like that name, actually. When we get back at our next rest after this gig, I do want to take a look at the popularity and see how we're doing in popularity, see if there's any effect yet. Probably not. It's only 2 weeks in, but album sales are still kicking out there, so hopefully that's going to increase things. All right, look at this. We're killing it.
It's the weird
Killing
part of
it.
the night. You're with Shady O'Grady. on
No, that's the wrong
Stranded
map.
Radio.
That's the
Doing
map
my
I
part
want.
to keep
Okay.
things weird.
So we are going to Manchester next, so we can head home to Leicester first. Okay, wormhole dropped a little bit to 431. Taylor inexplicably goes up a little bit. I really thought that we'd get a bigger kick out of this. Usually you got like that rise, you know what I mean? Like it shoots up and then it kind of, you know, goes down a little bit and then it kind of eventually finds its whatever. But it dropped already like fairly quickly. So I'm a little concerned about that. But listen, we're making like 73, made $7,000 in royalties in 1 week. We're still doing well. Let's take a quick look at the old popularity and see how we're doing. All right, so popularity is going up in England here where we've been touring. That's good. Germany has come on strong. I think, so that's good. We're still doing well in Germany. Netherlands. All right, so listen, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. We're just going to grind out this tour. And we're going to try and get all this up. All right. What's our inspiration at? Okay, we're not gonna write a song then, or we'll write a song because we had a bunch of stuff stored up. We might have enough here. This is a 32. That's a good sign. We could do that. I think that's okay. So if I did 32 and 36 and 31, but then we're screwed here. Yeah, I can't use that 32. We got to use something else here. Let's try the 31. Well, the 36 should work with the 20, right? Or 36, then I got a 20, and then I got a 30. Then I'm screwed on this. Ugh. Just can't win, man. Just can't win. There's a 100. There's 100 in here for sure. I'm calling it. I'm giving the Norm can't shoot guarantee that's somewhere in this mess. There is going to be something. But I'm feeling like I might be a liar here because I'm not seeing a lot. Okay. It'd be nice to get, I mean, theoretically, with these 36s and 34s and things like that, like this is a 32 and a 36. It's only these stupid greens that are preventing us from getting a lyric, getting a 100 instrumental. Right, that's what I'd really like to get, but I think we're getting screwed on these ones because I think these are the only ones that are not matching up. Okay, I lied. We're not getting it. Okay, let's get rid of that. We'll throw the 32 in there. Throw the 31 in there. And that's probably all we're going to need to get. All right. No song. No song. No song. Yeah, random. So yeah, because I had used in previous. I mean, here obviously for the Star Trek playthroughs, we're using episode titles. But in my other playthroughs, just when I was just playing on my own, just randomly, or whatever, I just couldn't think of a song, like a song title every time. And so I had found a website actually that did random song titles, and so random song titles. So it would just be, you know, they just had a bunch of words thrown into a computer or whatever, and so you'd spit out like 10 potential ones. And so I'd try and find one that's like half decent on that one. Or sometimes while I was playing, I'd be listening to like podcasts or Twitch streams or things like that. And just as I was writing the song, whenever somebody would say a sentence, I would make a song based off of that sentence. So, you know, I mean, I couldn't even give you an example, but if you took any sentence that we were doing, you know what I mean? You would just kind of like make a song out of it, right? So in that last one, you could say, you know, any sentence, right? That would be the name of the song, whatever, that kind of thing. So, but having a button that you can just kind of click and just it does a random song for you, mint. That's very good. Although I do want to test it. I want to see the quality of the names. Although again, based on the band name generator and the other random generators in here, I think we're going to be in for some interesting combinations. So it could be unintentionally or maybe even intentionally hilarious. So it should be good. Okay, we'll get 1 day of practice in, I guess. I don't know. We'll just kind of top up a couple here. Jem'Hadar. Visionary's already at 100. Where's the Wishes Horses? That's all the way down here. Yeah, that's 66, whatever. All right, off to Manchester. Okay, we're gonna show for it there. Gentle pipes, desire in the boat. Listen, man. You're on a cruise, you're on a cruise, man. What, you know? You're in international waters. Okay, are we going to make any replacements, or are we just going to keep these going the way they're going here? You know, I think we're just going to keep these going. I don't want to... We're doing well with that last bunch. I'm just going to look and see. I mean, again, past tense would be good, but again, it's not even on the album. We've got lots of time to promote that one, so... I think we're fine. I think we'll just keep it this one here instead. There's going to be a couple of songs that maybe don't get the love they need, but none of them are hits. We already determined that none of the ones off of these are big breakthrough hits, so it's probably better to concentrate anyway. Let's try and get a couple of really, really good popular songs out of this by grinding them out. Maybe later we can switch it up a little bit just for fun, but I don't want to keep switching it too much. We had like 3 months worth of gigs to go through, so we gotta keep it snappy. We gotta keep things going, keep things moving. All right, we're doing very well. Again, look at that cash going up there. Okay, down to Wales now.
Have a great night.
The Gross Cake. Classic. The Matthew Card Theater. I don't remember playing here before. Birthday Around Barry. It's not great. It's not great. All right, all right, all right. I guess we're gonna have to see what our popularity is by the time the tour is done to decide where we're gonna move to. I think I'm still leaning towards London. I don't want to go too crazy in this first move. I'm sure we'll move again by the time it's done, but you know, we've already worked hard to kind of build up a nice base here. The only difference is, you know, if by the time the tour is done, we have basically comparable popularity in, say, Germany or France or something like that, then maybe I might consider, you know, moving to Paris or, you know, Frankfurt or something like that. But we'll see. We got a long way to go. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, down to Cardiff. Here we go. Kayla Mapes. Well-dressed poison. I can't tell if I love that or hate that. I'm right on the line on that one. Well-dressed poison. It's something. There's something there. I just don't know if it's something good or something bad. When we do release the indie EP that has a lot of our stuff, our 90 songs, I don't know what we're going to call that. I might just kind of design the cover and then decide on the name of it based on the cover. I'll find a picture that I have downloaded that I like, and then we'll work from there. Bristol. All right, we are starting the French leg of our tour after this gig here, I think. Wind Styles. State Theater. How boring. How boring. Force After the Engine. Dumb name. Not a fan. I'm also inching towards affiliate. If I were trying particularly harder, if I were concentrating on that as a goal, I probably would have got there already. You know, trying to make sure that I'm, you know, setting things up so that I have, you know, maximizing. Oh, 98% audience interest. Killed it in this show. Yeah, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't think it'll be too long before we hit affiliate. Again, not a huge. It'll be nice to get there, just to unlock an emote or two. Like, it'll be fun. But I don't really need the subscriptions or anything like that. So it's probably going to be much ado about nothing. I think it's more just a you know, it's a milestone. It's like when you collect the an achievement in a game. It doesn't actually mean anything. You don't actually get anything from it substantial. It's not super important, but it's fun to do. It's a goal. I know for a fact I'm probably never going to be partner. There's no way I'm going to put in enough work for this to be partner. Like, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. But, you know, it's a lot of work. These people that are partners and are really, you know, doing this full time as a job, I mean, my hat's off to them, because you know, at that level, it's so much work. It's so much work. It really is a full-time job at that point. Which is crazy. Which I already have a full-time job, so I don't know if I could do two. And I doubt very seriously that I would quit my job to be a full-time Twitch streamer.
Nice, cool
I'm probably the only Twitch streamer that wouldn't quit their job to be a Twitch streamer, but that's probably the case.
Have a great night.
We'll see. If I have 1 million followers, we'll see. All right. Claire McBroom. Jewels, not Jewel. All right, that would be breaking copyright if it was Jewel, but if you're performing as Jewels plural, that's fine. Legally distinct from the artist known as Jewel. Got some interpretive dance moves going on there. Keiko with a simple little sidestep. %. I'll take it. I think any level ups I get, I'm gonna at this point just keep sinking it into play skill. It just makes sense. Okay, I'm not going to have time to go back and then come back here, I think. So I'm just going to go straight to here and get a hotel for the night. We can maybe write a song and try. Okay, up 10 positions. So we're still at 421. I'm feeling more confident about my prediction that we're not going to crack 300. I'm starting to wonder if we're ever going to crack 400 again, but listen, we'll see. Inspiration is still low, so I don't think that we're going to really be able to write a song. So, that's okay. We don't need to. We'll just get a hotel. We can just crash for the night. We can just crash. It's fine. We're just going to rest. Patron Kyle saying, salute fellow patron. It's good to see every video too. He lists the patrons on the end, and it's inching up there. It's inching up there. There's probably almost 30 patrons at this point now, which is good. It's good to see. I don't regret it one bit, man. I mean, I think about all the money that I waste. Like, I dropped like 50 or 60 bucks to get Empire of Sin, which stunk. Right? That's basically almost a year of patron for a game that I really love anyway, right? So if I'm gonna waste my money on bad games, I might as well sink money into good games that I actually enjoy and want to promote, you know? Stands to reason.
It's Shady O'Grady doing the night shift on Straight.
Okay.
The phones are busy tonight.
Do I ever? I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced. Again, I'm going to be butchering names throughout this European tour. So if you are watching from Europe, I would like to offer my apologies in a way that only Canadians can. The obnoxious watch. I'm probably not going to get much from the conversations in here. Maybe I might catch one or two. Has anything changed yet? Nothing has changed yet. These are all new locations for me, so I'm not going to get a lot out of them. There we go. Very good, very good. I'm really hoping. I can't express to you how excited I was to see that popularity was going up on that at the end of that last stream. After all the good things that happened in that last stream, that was probably the #1 thing. Just because I was so panicked that, because I'm having so much fun with this playthrough, I was so panicked that I was gonna have to bite the bullet and give it up, or have to, you know, do a lot of legwork to try and figure out how to fix it or work around it. So, super happy how that worked out. I mean, that said, now that I know that popularity isn't glitched, oh, something changed in the attitudes. I'll check that. Now that I know that popularity isn't glitched, I would like to get this up more. I mean, it's not. Oh, we're getting there. Look at that. We're getting there. We were at 20s. That's why. That's what drives me crazy. We were at 20s at a certain point, and then it just dropped. So we got to do more touring. I guess that's the key. Okay, what are we at now? Love, basic, and this is the same. That seemed to give a little sparkle on it, so I thought something changed, but I don't think anything changed there. Right? I don't think so. Maybe it's about to change. Right? Nothing has changed. Yeah. No, it's all the same. We're good. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it just in case. You never know. You never know. We'll see. I don't want to have to. I mean, we can change up the set list, but we've been touring for so long without practice on the other songs that if we had to do any kind of radical change to the set list, it would be a real problem at this point. But I think if the attitudes can hold in. Even if they change, as long as they don't change to anything negative, that's where I'm going to be screwed. But hopefully we can hang in there. Excellent. They're loving civil defense. So
it's a nice, cool night. Perfect.
That attitude boost makes a big difference.
Here.
I was hoping that might help drive sales a little better. But it doesn't look like it, really. Brand Spark, Lipscomb, Olivier. Okay, just checking. I'm pretty sure at this point that I'm just not going to appear in the game because I started it before I became a patron, but the upbeat servant. I like it. All right, play the gig. Maybe for the tour, maybe I'll ×4 it. Right? Speed things along a little bit. Speed things along a little bit. It's kind of the same set list, so we don't need to really analyze it too much. So it's okay if we speed through it a little bit. That one performed really well. We're killing it with the audiences, which is great.
You're with Shady O'Grady.
We haven't played here before. This is brand new. I think, oh, maybe not. Let's look like it. We've been here before, but looks of it, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember it, but we might have swung through here last time during our French tour. Red Ivy Theater. All right, 3,000 people. That's not a bad little gig. I'll take it. All right.
Doing the night shift on Stranded Radio.
Back to London.
Here's one by request.
I don't even think this is a big gig. Is it? Let me see. Gutsy Doubt. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Oh, 4,000. That's all right. I'll take that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Everything is going according to plan. Beautiful.
It's the weird part of the night. You're with
Okay,
Shady
where are we
O'Grady
off to
on
next?
Straight
Rouen.
Radio.
We're gonna have to get a hotel here. We'll try and write a song. We're probably... Oh, Jedzia needs something. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that we're falling. I mean, thankfully, we're still hanging in there. Like, we're still top 500, so, like, I'm still happy. We're still selling lots. But I'm surprised by this, especially where we're out, you know, we're out aggressively touring it. I was hoping that might kind of prop up those numbers a bit. And maybe they are. Maybe we would have been falling much farther. But, listen. I can't complain. I thought we were going to debut at 1,000. At position number 1,000. So we could drop 200 positions next week, and I'd still be 300 ahead of where I thought I was going to be. So I can't really complain. But, you know, once you open at 421, you're thinking, maybe I could get up to 300. Maybe I could, you know. But, listen. It was not to be. Okay. I need to find a music store to get stuff for Jedzia. I don't want to get the discount music. Let's take a look for something good. Discount, Jake's, discount. Okay, well, let's just go here. We'll go to the medium one instead. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. I love that song. Shady O'Grady here playing your local...
Okay, what does Jedzia need? She's out of drumsticks. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, this girl. Wow, there's a fat lot of nothing here for these two. Well, we'll get a bunch of them. Cymbals, we're still fine. We're still fine for drum heads, so we're okay. Alright, now we need to find a hotel. Come around the block here. Patron Game Daddy Hospital. I like it. I like it. Let's go to Amber's hotel. Is there a point to writing a song? What's everyone's inspirations at? You know what? They're not too bad. Let's write a song. We'll try to write a song anyway. Oh boy, we've lost a lot of ideas. Touring too long. Oh man. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna be able to put something together here. I could do this, and then this, and then this, but then we're screwed here. There we go. Right, I could do, could I get any lower than that? No, that's about all I could do. I was trying to see if I could get away with getting something a little cheaper there, but no. Okay, well that's fine. Listen, that's okay. Sorry, I'm just reading your message here, Shark. I had something happen when I was playing early today. The manager was not getting along with my guitarist and wanted him fired. When I refused, I lost 50 satisfaction. Wow. Right before you're gonna book a tour. That's brutal. That's brutal. So did the manager specifically, like the manager said, like, you should fire this guy? That's weird. I don't think I've seen that before. Okay. Let's see. I think I need more medium. I've got 4 or 5 mediums. I got a bunch of... Let's do another medium. Let's do another medium. And this one is going to be Explorers. Do-do-do-do-do-dora. Do-do-do-do-do-dora. If I sing it, does it DMCA? I don't think so. Probably because the algorithm wouldn't recognize that as singing. It's a fair point. Fair point. Okay, let's head to the gig. Yeah, that's really strange. I've never seen that where the manager makes that call. I wonder what happened. Like what because there has to be some kind of, you know, there has to be some kind of reason why that would happen, I would think. Like what triggered that event. That's really curious. I don't get those demands from Hugo because he knows he's on the verge of being fired anyway, so he's not gonna push it. He's not gonna push his luck. He knows if it comes between him and Kieran Reese, I'm going with the major every time. All right, we are killing it with the set. Let me tell you. I mean, the more we're playing this, I think the more. Oh, our popularity went up one here. Good, I like to see that.
It's a nice, cool night. Perfect for cruising.
I think that our
the system up.
yeah, popularity is going up,
here.
inching up there a little bit.
Have a great night.
I want to check out the popularity of the songs. These are all Taylor, so these are all getting into wormhole territory here, I think, down here. So yeah, we've got like, you know, Civil Defense is already up at 11. That's great. The other ones are coming in there too. So as those increase, then it's going to increase satisfaction because they're going to like the songs better. So all positives. Over to Cayenne? I don't know. This place. The Old Society. This isn't going to be like an eyes wide shut situation when I get in here, is it? Let's see. No, I don't see Nicole Kidman. No one's wearing masks. You're too tall to be Tom Cruise. Okay, I think we're fine. I think we're safe. Moz of Oz. How are you, sir? Welcome. We are about a third of the way through our big European tour. So far, so good. We're killing it.
I could feel the magic in the air tonight.
All right,
You're
next
with
up,
Shady O'Grady.
Le
Listen to
Mans.
the sounds of the night on Stranded Radio.
Let's just chauffeur there. Parallel Comforts. That you know, I do like that band name. That's an interesting band name. Parallel Comforts. It's kind of one of those band names that makes you think it's probably deeper than your you assume it's deeper than you can like fathom it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what that means, but it probably means something to someone. So I'm going to pretend like it means something deep and hope nobody asks me about it. So oh, excellent. Excellent. I am very excited to see people with the Norm Can't Shoot arenas. Makes me happy. It's like 100% worthwhile investment for that. It just drives me crazy that I started this playthrough like just before I did it, so I'm not seeing me in here, but that's okay. It just means my next playthrough, whatever that may be, probably original series Star Trek, I don't know, but I'll be seeing myself, so that's good. Phallic Elias. I'm probably saying that wrong, but hello, how are you? The popularity is going okay. The popularity, I mean, it's, listen, it could be better, but it's not glitched. That's the important thing. We're slowly creeping back up there to our previous levels. So it is, I'd like it to be higher, but it's at least moving. So that's the important thing. All right, off the tours. What do we got? What do we got? We'll just keep... Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're loving this set list. You gotta give the crowd what they want, baby. You gotta give them what they want. Seeing all of this without, like, a hit. You know what I mean? So... everything without a hit. We fulfilled all the requirements of the contract. Excellent. I forgot that was still a thing, but good. Excellent.
With Shady O'Grady on Stranded Radio. doing my part to keep
We will release an EP, but I'm gonna wait till after the tour. Let's one thing at a time. Where am I going? I'm going to... No, that's the wrong place. I don't want him booking any gigs for me. Maybe you can just find some endorsements? Have him doing something anyway. Angiers. I don't know. I've had no luck on the hits. Honestly, like I've had one hit out of this entire playthrough so far, and like you guys can see how many songs we've spit out here, and a lot of them are really good quality. Like, look at all these songs, and only one of those was a hit. Ooh. I mean, again, it's tough because on the one hand, yeah, that's what it should be, right? There's a lot of people will. You know, I mean, how many bands do you know that have like a lot of huge, massive, like many massive hits? A lot of bands are just like a couple, right? One off every album is reasonable, but man, it's tough. I'd like to up that chance a little bit. In an ideal world, I would like to have at least one hit on every album to help drive those sales. But listen, who am I? Who am I to say?
cool night.
Yeah, we opted for a big tour this time, Maz.
Shady O'Grady.
We did all of September, all of October, most of November. So we are ramming this album down the throats of the European public until they love it, until they love us. Poor Jake Sisko is sitting at home somewhere, alone, unloved, no parents around, because his dad's on the road, baby. But that's okay, because nobody likes Jake Sisko anyway. Brett Bearden Theater. The Gold Lists. Yeah, we're getting good money, but I mean, again, because we're going to have to relocate, and we're going to relocate to a major city, I mean, most of the money that we're making on this tour, we're going to be flat broke again by the time we buy our new place. I mean, maybe not quite that bad, but I think the majority of this money is going to go bye-bye.
I can feel the
So,
magic in the air tonight. You're with
but that's
Shady
okay.
O'Grady,
That's okay.
Listening to the sounds of the night. on
Okay,
Straight
we're going to have to
Radio.
find a hotel here. Well, we're bouncing around in the 400 to 450 range. You know, I'd love to crack that 400, but what are you gonna do? It's still all right. That's a respectable third album for me. That's a respectable third album. I mean, you know, there was such a huge jump between Taylor and Wormhole that, realistically, I mean, by the time that we get to our next album, I mean, listen, it's not going to be a top 10, but I would think, yeah, I mean, top 100. I don't want to say it and jinx myself, but, you know, it's possible. It's possible. We're in that range. It's not inconceivable to think about one that maybe... I think if we do crack the top 100, it might, like, just crack the top 100. But, listen, to me, I think on the next album, if it's not in the top 200, I'm going to be disappointed. And if it's in the top 100, I'm going to be pumped. And in between 100 and 200, my position, my excitement level is going to be relative. It's going to be a bell curve like that. Or not a bell curve, it would be... You know what I'm talking about. We don't need to do the math. It's fine. You understand. Okay, let's find a hotel. Just checking. Just in case. Oh, okay. I know it's a fool's errand to check. How am I doing on merch? Am I okay? I'm fine on merch. That's okay for now. I'm sure I'll have to replenish at some point on this, but for now, we're fine. Do we write a song? What's the inspiration? Inspiration's pretty low all around. I don't think we're going to bother. I think we'll just have a little rest. The sixth pot. What happened to the first 5 pots? right, we are grinding. We got the red solo cups ready. Every band I've been to has way more solo cups kicking around than that. That's a modest number of drinks going on for a show.
It's Shady O'Grady doing the night shift on Stranded Radio. The phones are busy.
Oh, look at that.
Here's one by request.
One of my favorite cities, Brest. Why? Because I'm sure it is a beautiful, beautiful place. Full of French culture. I don't know what you were thinking. Okay, the Rosemary O'Neill Theater. Let's check out. Park the van. There we go. Exactly. It's just, you know, listen. Can't the guy like Brest? I don't understand what the problem is. It's lovely. It's lovely. Who doesn't like just, you know, taking a little poke around Brest, right? See what's there. Get a feel for it. You know what I mean? Like it's perfectly normal. It's perfectly reasonable.
It's the weird part of the night. You're with Shady.
Yeah, I mean, I could, yeah, to get it, you're right, pal. I could if I really wanted to get the inspiration up. But really, I mean, I've got so many songs at this point, and I'm not going to really have time to practice them anyway, so I'm not stressing about it. If I happen to have inspiration, I'll write a song, and if not, that's fine. We'll put it all off till later. Exactly. All right. Poitiers. The apathetic cause. Interesting. All right, still with the 9 sets. We'll just keep it going. Oh wow, just from, you had an album ready to go when you got home from your last tour, just from all the songs written on the tour, you mean? Alright. Listen, man, we are doing great here. I'm very happy with all this. Limoges. Nice. Home for sale. Listen, we'll be looking, not here, but we'll no offense to Limoges, France, but we want to go to a bigger market. But I like how, sorry, you probably couldn't see it because it's across the street. There was the bar across the street called Clem's Bar. That's exactly what you'd expect to find when you're going to Limoges, France. Oh, let us go to Clem's Bar. We will have some fine American Budweisers. I started to drift away from French into Two Wild and Crazy Guys from SNL. Oh, somebody got to level up. Who is it? Benjamin.
You're with Shady O'Grady, listening to the sounds of the night. On Stranded
Why
Radio.
not? Why not? Yeah, I think that pumping some points into play skill, I think during this tour is helping. Just gives us that little extra kick at the shows, the necessary nerve. I mean, all nerves are necessary for the most part. I'm sure you could lose one or two, but. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there is a lot of, I mean, if you want to have, like, being from Canada, you know, I'm regularly encounter people with a French-Canadian accent, right? So that's one thing. But if you want to have that over-the-top, outrageous French accent, that's when you go to Monty Python, right? You tenebrand whoppers of other people's bottoms. I burst my pimples at you, so-called out there king. You and all your silly English kniggets. Classic. If anybody here doesn't know what that is,
It's
go ask your
Radio
dad,
Radio,
because he
doing the
100%
night shift
does.
On Stranded Radio.
Where the hell are we
Phones
going
busy
now?
tonight.
Saint
Here's
Etienne.
one by request.
Odo for keyboardist would be a good choice. I do feel like I want to, especially with the Shady Awards that are going to be eventually be coming, and where you can get the individual awards for people. I really am tempted to add that 5th member and make sure that it's a keyboardist, because that way we have the possibility, at least, of getting all of the awards. I'm award greedy. I want to maximize our chances. And Odo would be, of course, an excellent choice for keyboardist. But I mean, it's going to depend. If we hire a keyboardist, it's going to depend largely on whether it's a male or female, right? The biggest problem is that we're running out of females to put into the band. We have to get to like Esri Dax territory or Lita or something like that. You know what I mean? DS9 was kind of dude heavy, if I gotta say, kind of dude heavy. Well, I mean, realistically, I mean, Odo's a shapeshifter, so Odo could be female. He could look like whatever he wants to, right? So that's fine. Or, I mean, the worst part is you can't even say, oh, we'll put the female changeling in, right? Because, like, she was a female, but she was a changeling. She was in the show. But her name was literally the female changeling. I don't think they ever gave her an actual name. So it's like, I'm not having a character named female changeling. That's kind of weird. All right, just gotta check. We have to find a hotel. I'm gonna swing by the music store to do some repairs, because I'm sure things are getting in kind of rough shape right now. And I want to check for, no, stop it. Strings and so forth. I probably need some strings. Just going this way. Actually, you know what? I'll do it this way. Stage presence is the king right now, so that's what we need. +3 stage presence. There you go. There's a bunch of those for you. Perfect. Jadzia. Cymbals. I've still got lots of cymbals going. We're fine. We've still got some drum heads. I think we're okay for now. Well, you know what? Let's take a look. Just because if I can find something, I'll take it. Just get a couple of those. Get a couple of those. It's only money. And she's got lots of sticks, but let me see. Those sticks weren't very good as I recall, so let me see if we've got something better here. Let's just go for that. I think the ones I have are +1 playing, so unless I've got some stage presence ones, nothing. I'm not going to bother. And Keiko for strings. Anything good? I mean, I'll get a couple of those more, but that's looking great. Nothing fantastic. Okay, now we have to find the hotel. Where am I? Oh, the hotel over here. Kim's Hotel. There we go. Look at that Ben, looking pretty sharp. Very nice. Again, maybe we can write a song. Maybe we'll try writing a song. Oh my goodness, I haven't been keeping up with chat. I apologize. I got distracted by buying things. Yeah, there's limits on what you can have in a band. I don't think it'll let you have more than one drummer. Okay, you guys are talking about yourself. Okay, well, never mind. You go ahead. Knock yourself out. Sorry, I thought you guys were asking me questions. All right, let's write a song here. Yeah, there are certain limits. Like, I think you can't have more than one drummer, and you can't have more than one lead vocalist. But I think that you can have multiple guitarists for sure. I think you can have multiple bass players, but I'm not positive. I know for sure you can have multiple guitarists. I've never tried multiple keyboardists, although I can't see why you wouldn't be able to. So, You should be able to do whatever you want. Listen, if I want to have a band with one singer and 4 drummers, I should be able to do that. Don't cramp my style, Todd from Gilly Games. No, we're just kidding. We love Todd. Okay, can we do anything with this hot mess? Probably not. Oh, look at that. Look at how close that is to a perfect 100 on an instrumental. Oh. Oh, that's killing me. Absolutely killing me. Oh, tragic. Absolutely tragic. And I can't even make an actual song out of it, too. Because there's nothing that'll fit in the pinks. Oh, that's tragic. But no, I'm determined to have a 100 level instrumental. I don't want to make a 96. I don't want to make a 96. Okay, let's just stash some stuff. What can we stash? We'll stash that. There's really not very much here to stash, is there? I'll stash the 23 just because greens are the ones that always give me the most trouble. So, all right, no songs for us. We're just gonna rest. The creepy copy. Oh, Death from Above 1979. I forget which one of them. One of them has some weird. He's kind of like a right-wingy chud guy, apparently, which I'm not happy about. But musically, oh, they're amazing. I love those guys. Love those guys. Yeah, I forget which one of them. One of them, because I was reading up on them because like, oh my god, like I listened to a couple of songs and I was like, oh god, yeah, I forget. Like these guys were in heavy rotation in my playlist, you know, back in the day. And I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on with those guys now. And I was reading, it's like, ooh, yikes, that guy took a bad turn in his attitude, man. But that's all right.
Shady O'Grady here, saying, have a great night.
All right. Grenoble. The free Steam, I wish. You have any idea how much I paid on Steam? Oh my god. Lou Morgan before Harry stopped. Ew. I don't know what that means. Oh god, the summer sale. I love and hate the summer sale on Steam. I can't even express to you how many games I have. Like major titles that I've spent a lot of money on. Never touched them, or I played for like an hour and then never bothered. Like I've had Red Dead Redemption, an objectively good game by all intents and purposes. I have had that on my computer for over a year. Never opened it, never installed it. I got it and I never got around to it. I have so many games. So if there's any games in particular besides this that you'd like me to play, you guys can always drop me a message or let me know. I've probably already bought the stupid thing and it's just sitting there waiting to be played. If not, you know, come summer sale, I'm probably going to buy 15 more of the games that I'm never going to play. So, let me tell you, man, if Steam ever goes belly up and I lose all my digital copies, I'm going to go on a rampage, an absolute rampage, because I've spent, I mean, I hate to say it, but probably, I mean, I don't know how, but thousands? I mean, I couldn't even, I'd hate to put a dollar value, especially over this last year with COVID. I just get bored. I'm like, ugh, I got nothing to do. What am I going to do? Okay, let me just drop 40 bucks on a game on Steam. It's like, all right, whatever. Muscles is the name of the opening band here, by the way, that's a great name. Oh, RimWorld. I've got RimWorld. I do have RimWorld. I did like RimWorld. It's just, I played a lot of that, but I kind of just got out of it and played different things, you know? I guess that's the advantage of being a streamer, I guess, in a way. Because that way, if, you know, it's kind of encouraging me to play more games, you know what I mean? Hopefully. And stick to them is more the thing, right? Like, I can't just, you know, if I just start, especially for something like this, right? If I started a playthrough and people are like, oh, let's check out this playthrough, and I've done like 5, I can't just quit halfway through because then everyone's gonna be like, well, screw you. What are you doing, man? So it's encouraging me to not be quite so distracted, right? So right now I'm playing this 100%. I'm committed, and I'm also playing a lot of Rust lately. But I haven't. I've been streaming it.
It's Shady O'Grady.
But I don't know why Rust is stuck in there. But we'll see. But like I say, if there's anything in particular that you guys would like to see me play, I'm open to suggestions, man. I listen. I'm just sitting. I've been trapped in my house for over a year. For God's sakes, I need something to do. So please, if there's a game you want to see me fail at, then I'll fail at it. No problem. Yeah, squirrel is exactly it. Right? Like, I got Cyberpunk, which wasn't great. It was okay, but it wasn't amazing. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but it was still a good game. And I played that. I was playing it like for like a week. I was playing it like crazy, like, oh my god, so many hours. And then I was like, oh, let me play a different game. And then I completely forgot all about Cyberpunk. I haven't touched that game in, I couldn't even tell you the last time I played it. Well, I think that the whole thing with COVID is that we're not playing. Before COVID, you would play a game because you're excited about the game. You'd look forward to playing it. You know what I mean? You'd be busy with the rest of your life doing things, and then it'd be like, oh, I really want to I'm trying to find time to play this game. And now that we have nothing but time to play games, we're just doing it to for me anyway, for a lot of it, it's just to kill time, just so I don't go crazy here alone in the house. You know what I mean? So it's a different motivation for playing it, so it's easy to get distracted because it's not like, I'm like chomping at the bit to play Cyberpunk. I can't wait, and every time I play it, I want to play it more, but then I can't because I've got to go to work and I got to do this. It's like, no, I've got hours and hours and hours and hours available to me all the time for a year that I can play. So the urgency to playing a game or the passion for the games is a little tougher to maintain, I think, in these times. But on the plus side, I've been playing a lot more games than I would normally just because I've had more time to do so. And I started the Twitch channel, right? I hadn't done this before because I just didn't have the time. And now that I've had the year off for COVID, well, not off, I'm still working, but working from home is a lot less time consuming. Giant bulb, I like that. Because before COVID, before I was working from home, I was going into the office, but my office is in a different city, so I would spend like 3 hours a day just commuting to and from work altogether. So, by the time you spend an hour and a half getting into the office, you spend 8 hours at the office, you spend an hour and a half getting back, you do dinner, you do cleaning, you do blah, 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 you do all that stuff, and then by the time it's done, you play like an hour of games, then you're back to it. Whereas now, 5 o'clock hits and it's games o'clock, baby. I'm ready to go. I've got the whole evening to do it, and because I can't go out and do anything else, I'm able to concentrate. So, and I've super enjoyed. I mean, when I started the Twitch channel, I was like, I'm probably not going to stick to this. I anticipated I was going to do it, and then I was going to like immediately feel like stupid about it, or I wasn't going to enjoy it, or it was going to be just awkward and weird and whatever, and I'd give up on it. So I kind of started my channel with the expectation that I was going to do like 5 streams and then just delete it and slink away. But the more I do it, the more I am enjoying it. So there's a plus. If you're looking for silver linings about COVID, we're trying new things and accomplishing the goals that we didn't even know we wanted to set for ourselves. So it's all good. Oh, yeah, I mean, going back to the office, I'm not looking forward to. Listen, I love my work, and my work has been fantastic throughout this entire pandemic, so, I mean, I cannot say enough about, enough positives about my work. But now that I've been home and had that kind of freedom where I'm not having to go into the office and the commute, man, I don't know. I don't know if I can go back. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Yeah, I mean, like, part of the problem, too, is that when I started my Twitch channel, I didn't actually watch a ton of gameplay on Twitch, if I'm being honest. I was kind of new to Twitch altogether, so even when I started doing streaming, I really didn't know what you're supposed to do exactly, Like, I sort of figured out the technical stuff, and, like, the only thing I knew you had to do is you just kind of, like, play the game and just, try and keep talking so it's not just dead air. But I didn't know anything about what to do or how it was, how I was going to work it. you know? So, you know, I've kind of been figuring it out, and I'm definitely a lot more comfortable doing it now, that's for sure. And this is why I would encourage any of you guys, honestly. Like, a lot of people watch a lot of streams and they play a lot of games, and I think that a lot of people kind of deep down would be like interested in doing a stream, but they just don't, you know, they just don't want to take that jump. They think it's going to be too difficult technically, or they think it's going to be, you know, oh, no one's going to want to watch me, or it's going to be weird or whatever. But honestly, like, I look at me. I'm like just like a middle-aged office worker dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like some like I'm not like a pro gamer. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, you know? I'm basically halfway to Boomerville here, man, and I'm figuring it out and enjoying it, and I think doing okay so far, you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I'm failing horribly, so that's good. So if anybody else out there, if you're thinking maybe, just try it. Honestly, just do it. It's once you've committed to doing it, like once you've done your first stream, even if it went terribly and it was awkward and whatever, once you've done a couple of them, it's like this, it gets a little addictive. It really does. Like, I look forward to coming in and doing the streams now. Like, I'm like pumped about it. Like, I'm excited to get in here and interact with you guys and play the games and get stuff out there. It's fun. It's fun. Yeah, you're certainly, Benj. You're certainly not coming here for pro gaming. That's that much is for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Pro gamer, I am not. But listen, and sometimes it's fun to watch a pro gamer. Like, sometimes it's fun to watch someone succeed at a game, especially if it's a really challenging or difficult game. Like, it's fun to watch guys head sniping people in, you know, Fortnite or something like that. Like, I get it, and sometimes I enjoy that too. But you know, I find that in terms of like the gamers that I watch on a more regular basis has less to do with their skill at the game and more to do with how entertaining I find them personally, right? Like, if you're watching someone and they're boring, or they, I don't know, just the mood of how they do, like, people are, you know, have different personalities, right? And if it's not quite meshing, I'm not interested into it. Like, I've watched games that I have no intention of playing, I don't particularly like, but I watch the stream because I like the streamer, right? And so I think that the focus, I mean, look at me. I mean, listen, if I was chasing the next hot thing to try and get all my numbers up and get people, I would not be playing Rising Star 2, okay? I think me and Maz are like the only two people that are streaming this on a regular basis on Twitch anyway. On YouTube it's a little better, but here it's a desert wasteland aside from us two, right? So, I mean, we're obviously not doing this because it's like, now we're going to get all those Rising Star 2 people and I'm going to get 1 million subs. It's like, it's not how it works. You know what I mean? I'm playing it because I love this game, right? So, hopefully, you know, and I want other people to watch it and kind of, you know, have that same feeling. I want them to like the game as much as I do, right? So that's the goal. Yeah, the zero viewer things is tough, and that's just kind of a mental thing, right? Because if you can go back and look at my streams, my first bunch of streams, and know that during those periods, there was nobody there. I had 0 viewers, I had 1 viewer, I had no chat interaction, I had nothing. You know what I mean? But I'm used to sitting around talking to myself because I'm a little bit of a crazy person, so that helps. But you just have to just treat it like there's people there. It's really, it sounds kind of ridiculous, but you just have to, not saying like have fake conversations with your chat, but I'm just saying narrate what you're doing, right? And if you have a funny thought, just say the funny thought, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Pretend, not so much like someone's watching it now, but treat it almost like a YouTube thing, right? Where you're playing through the playthrough, you're playing your game, no one's in chat, but at some point, someone's going to go back and look at that and watch it, right? So you're talking not to the person who's right there in chat, but you're talking to a person who might be watching it down the road in the future, right? Like, no one was looking at you can go back to my very first stream was Rising Star 2. This was way back, like last August or something like that. Nobody was there. I mean, for the first several of my streams, literally 0 people were there, right? And that's fine. That's okay. That's going to happen. It takes time to kind of get people to, to get a community started and to get some attention, to get used to what you're doing. But if you go back and listen, I mean, I still don't really know what I was doing, but I'm still yammering on like a crazy person, same as I am here. It's just weirder in context because you realize I'm talking to, to no one in particular. So as long as you just go in assuming you're going to see a crazy person, that's fine. You know what I mean? But yeah, exactly, Mudge. You're talking to a possible future audience, right? Because, like I say, now that I have, I mean, wow, I've only got like 65 followers, so it's not like I'm not in Code Carnage territory by any stretch. But now that like people watch my stuff or whatever, or they see stuff on YouTube, and like, oh, let me go check out his old stuff on YouTube, or let me go check out his old stuff on Twitch. So now those streams that had zero, like, I mean, my very first stream. Let me as long as we're just yakking away. Let me just go here. So my very, very first stream was Rising Star 2. This was back when I was doing my Star Trek: The Next Generation playthrough of Rising Star 2, and the very first episode of that, I had 0 people in chat. Okay, it probably was like episode 4 before I had anybody in chat at all. Like, I mean, it was literally nothing, right? But now, if you go back on YouTube, that video has been watched by like, I don't know what the numbers are up to, like 200 or 300 people. Like, it's not like it's a viral success or anything like that. But I mean, a lot of people have watched that video now, right? So even though I wasn't talking to anybody then, there's a lot of people that are watching that. So if they had went back to that first episode and I'm just like, because nobody's in chat, I'm just sitting there like a crazy person, just playing they're just watching an old guy play a game. They're not going to want to keep watching. They're not going to be interested. So just get in there and just yammer. Just talk to yourself. It's fine. Like I say, I do that all the time. Like, I'm sitting here in this house. I'm in the house alone. Like, the kids are out. They're gone. Nobody's here. So like, it's just me in the house. I got no pets. I got no one I can pretend I'm talking to. And I'm talking to myself all day long. Like, thank God the mic's not on while I'm just here working or just doing the dishes or whatever, because it's madness. So that helps. But having that attitude, like, even though you got 0 viewers, who cares? Just do it. But I encourage everyone to do it, whether you're going to do it on Twitch, whether you're going to do it on YouTube, whether you're going to do it, whatever. If you have any interest in this kind of thing at all, just try it. Do like 5 streams of a game that you really, really love. And if you absolutely hate it, or you feel awkward, or you don't want to do it anymore, then don't do it. But I feel like everybody should try. Everybody should try. Yeah, Moz has a good strategy. And this is why, again, you guys should be watching Moz. Obviously not while I'm streaming. Listen, because between me and Maz, you know who to pick, all right? But no, honestly, Maz is great because Maz has that added component of he's playing the game, but he's also got buddies in, right? So now you've got that interplay between all the different people, right? And they're all kind of interesting, fun guys, you know what I mean? So you've got not just the gameplay, and you've got Maz himself, who is a personable streamer. Thank you, you're welcome, Maz. But the people he brings in as well, do you know what I mean? You've got that. You've got that kind of connection, right? I don't do that because I don't really have a lot of friends in my actual real life who are big gamers or who do this kind of stuff. So I wouldn't even know who to bring in, to be honest. So, I just mostly do solo for most of my stuff anyway. But like I say, Maz, they're also streamers. Okay, I thought so, just because they seem pretty comfortable on mic, so I figured they probably were. So it's great. Also, doing stuff with other streamers is also a good idea because it allows you to, I guess, grow your audience, I suppose, right? In the same sense that people who are fans of one streamer, they see you collaborate with another streamer, and then, maybe we'll check them out, right? You can kind of do stuff. Anyway, I've gotten way off topic. We're just yammering along. Anybody watching this later on YouTube who aren't even on Twitch and just watch me on YouTube are like, what are you even talking about? Why have I been sitting here for the last 10 minutes listening to you yammer on about your stupid Twitch stream? Just get back to the game. We got a tour to do. So, my apologies. All right. Are we going to write a song? Is there a point? No one has any inspiration. We're just going to rest. I mean, Keiko does, but nobody else. We gotta get going here. We're already through October, though, guys. We're down the home stretch. We're not far done. Well, this is my other problem, is that really, honestly, you know, when you see the pros, you know what I mean? When you see the guys with the big numbers, right, on Twitch, they're very good about keeping everything streamlined towards a goal. You know what I mean? They set their goal for the day, and they keep chat in line. They keep focused on the game. You know what I mean? Like, they know what they're doing. I just meander here and there. I mean, like, all the stupid stuff I yammer on about during a stream. That's why, like, whenever I look at my YouTube numbers, they have a chart in YouTube, so you can look at each one, and it'll show you at any given point how many people are kind of like still watching your stream, right? And it goes like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, because I think people are like, oh god, he's going on again about something stupid. Let me just skip ahead a little bit. Oh, okay, now he's talking about the game again, or now he's talking about something interesting again. So I feel like if I was a little more focused, a little less squirrel, then, you know, I'd have a nice, flat, even viewership. But listen, that's not who I am, so what are you gonna do? Thank you all for tolerating it. Let's put it that way. Thank you all. Thanks, everybody. The Spellbinding War. Oh, that sounds like the next Harry Potter book. Next Harry Potter book. Actually, you know what? We don't want another Harry Potter book because J.K. Rowling is a TERF. So screw you, J.K. Rowling. I'm going to allow my leftist, halfway communist political views to judge you as an artist. Here's my hot take. So if any chuds are watching, any conservative viewers, sorry, man. J.K. Rowling sucks. As a person. Okay.
It's the weird part of the night. You're with Shady O'Grady on
If you want more random leftist political views, feel free to follow me on Twitter, where I post that stuff on the regular. So I would love, like I say, I've said before, I would love to be able to do an expressly political, if, you know, YouTube channels or something like that, you know what I mean? But I don't want to go down that wormhole because it's going to be ironic wormhole. I'll say stuff I shouldn't. I'll say stuff I shouldn't. You know, I'm still trying to be reasonable on here. I don't want to get too crazy. So, but if it slips now and then, you let me know. Oh, I agree. I mean, I have a hard time. You know, how you can kind of like just switch between gameplay and commentary about the gameplay and reacting to what's going on over here. I mean, I don't even know. And it's worse too because over the course of COVID, my prescription has gone right to hell. So even with these glasses on, I have a hard time seeing it. So like when I'm reading the chat, I've got the chat over here on another screen. So if you see me kind of like doing one of these old man kind of takes, that's why, because it's like I can't see what the hell's going on over here. So
it's a nice cool night.
All right, where are we off to next?
Shady O'Grady here, saying have a great night.
Although I did see another streamer who he posted a picture of his stream setup, and he had the two big screens, and then he had one big side, you know, sideways facing screen, like tilted. You know what I mean? And that entire screen was just chat, all blown up in big letters, and I was like, "Oh, that's amazing. That would save my bacon with chat. Save these poor old man eyes. I need to get out and get another prescription. That's why I want to get this stupid." I'm sorry, Elvis Stoker. That's amazing. Can I hire this guy right now as my manager? Elvis Stoker? Are you kidding me? Amazing. 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 All right. The reserved orange. What was that orange? Okay, we're going back a little bit in internet history. The annoying orange. Anyone remember the annoying orange? You must remember the annoying orange. That's what I was thinking of. Exactly. When I think about Stoker, Bram Stoker, of Dracula fame, I always think about that movie they made in the 90s with Gary Oldman as Dracula. And they had, I mean, the worst casting decision of all time to have Keanu Reeves as their lead guy doing an English accent. And it's like, he can barely speak regular English, let alone an English accent. And it was like a high school play. It was unbelievable. Listen, we all love Keanu. He's as a human being, he's the kind of person you want to aspire to. As an actor, it's kind of a limited range. John Wick is right in his wheelhouse, right? You don't need a lot of range to play John Wick, though he does it well. But as an 18th century English gentleman fighting vampires, that's a little outside of his wheelhouse, I think. No offense to Keanu. Keanu, if you're watching, I'm sorry. DM me, I'll apologize in person. You're a great guy. I didn't like him in Cyberpunk either, if I'm being honest. He didn't seem suited to that role either. He's not a guy. He hasn't got a dynamic. He's not a dynamic actor. For like a voice work and stuff, you need a dynamic actor. You know what I mean? You don't have to go like full Jack Black to be Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk, but not Keanu. There was other choices to be made there. All right, we are now tearing our way through Germany. We all know they love us in Germany. Not unlike David Hasselhoff. Now we're getting little sparkles up here again. Now we've got atheism. Okay. Basic musicianship. That's actually hard to say. I never really realized that's hard to say. Musicianship. It's the shinship. There's too many sh sounds in there. Basic music. There we go. Love and atheism. Okay. We've got a couple of atheism songs. I might have to check the set list and see if we need to make any changes there. I don't think so though. The Tired Clover. Yeah, I mean, Bill and Ted, great, right? Like, perfect. Like you don't need a huge range to play Ted. I didn't see the second one. Did anyone see the second one? Was it any good? Yeah, just say simple songs instead of basic musicianship. That's much easier.
It's the weird part of the night. You're with
all right,
Stuttgart. I'm doing my part to keep things weird.
Okay, we're gonna have to find a hotel here again. All right, look. Oh, we climbed 20 positions. Come on, we got to crack that top 400 now. We got to crack that top. Yeah, the new Bill and Ted's I kind of assumed was probably going to be terrible. I don't know that to be true, but I kind of figured it probably was going to be terrible. So, I don't know. You know what? People always say that go woke, go broke. I always laugh whenever anyone says that because it's just patently wrong. Because they said, oh, go woke, go broke with Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel made like $1 billion. And they were like, oh, go woke, go broke with Black Panther, and Black Panther made another $1 billion. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, sorry, chuds. Go woke, go broke is not a real thing. So, in fact, it's actually, there's a reason. Like, again, this is the problem, is that people assume that, like, people making movies or people that are in charge of these kinds of things are going woke because they're making some kind of a political statement or because they're whatever. No, all these guys are interested in is money. And they know that there are huge swaths of the populace who are not feeling represented in movies. And so they don't go watch movies where they're not feeling represented. And when they see a movie they're represented, they will go buy a ticket for that movie. And so they'll make money. Like, I guarantee you would not be seeing all of these kind of more progressive casting choices and all the rest of that stuff if they thought they could make more money by having a bunch of white dudes in there again. You know what I mean? Like if it was all kind of cis white dude stuff, whatever, you know what I mean? If they could make money on it, they'd do it that way too. They don't care. They're in it for the cash. The guys making these money. They're not in it for any kind of like political statement. So it's like, I know people think that, but that's really not the case. The corporations are disgusting, soulless animals. So they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about politics. They don't care about equality. They just care about making cash. That's what they're there for. That's the job of a corporation. So now there's lots that could be said about that, but that's exactly the kind of stream that I don't want to get into because that's exactly the kind of stream that I'm going to get in trouble about. Oh, still so close on this. Damn it. No, come on. You can't leave, fella. You can't leave. You can't leave. All right. Yeah, I don't... Oh, it's so frustrating that I can't... I'm so close to getting an instrumental. Can I get anything going here at all? What's the deal here, man? What's the deal? That's not great. That one... I can't do it. Can't do it. Okay, well, is there anything worth saving again? Let me see. Get rid of that. We'll put that in. Yeah, that's fine. We're having no luck. I find like we're not getting a ton of inspiration and we're not getting very good. I think the problem is that it's going so far in between. Like we're only going to be able to do rewriting one song a week basically. So it's not helping because by the time that we go through 2 weekends, we've already, whatever puzzle pieces we've cashed in for inspiration, they're already gone by now. So we'll just do a rest. Oh, that kind of stuff. I don't even care about that. I think it's not a bad idea. I think it's a good idea. To be honest, Bond movies are so boring now. Give me anything that's different to do it. You know what I mean? You've had like 40 years of white dudes. Like, is it gonna kill anybody to have someone who's not white or not a dude? I mean, really, the gender thing with James Bond is the only one that's even a halfway of a point because it's kind of critical to his character that he's a certain sort of man. But that's where I think it could be made very interesting by putting a twist on it, right? What if you had someone, what would the female equivalent of that be like? Or how would that change, right? You got to kind of evolve the character a little bit. If you just throw another, white dude in there, it's like, okay, whatever, now this guy's James Bond. It's the same thing over and over again. It's like, it's they've done, especially with something like James Bond, but they've done like 5 bajillion movies. Like, oh God, dude, just like, I don't care anymore about James Bond. I didn't even see the last James Bond movie. I didn't care. I don't think I've seen the last 2 James Bond movies, actually. I don't remember. I don't remember anything about the last James Bond's movies I've seen. Let's put it that way. I have seen 1 or 2 of the Daniel Craig ones. I don't know how many he's made. I've seen at least 1, possibly 2 of those. And they were fine. But he didn't have a particularly interesting take on the character, I thought. I don't think it was terribly well written. They just kind of made him a generic action dude. They kind of took a lot of the James Bondiness out of him. But anyway, listen, don't get me started. Politics are bad enough to get me started on, but if you're going to get me started on movies, oh good Lord, forget it. I'll talk all day. All day. All right, 9. Well, and that's the thing. That's, it's a fair point. Like, people go there expecting to see a certain thing with James Bond, so you see the same thing over and over again. So that's good for... And that's why these things don't change. It's taken so long to change these things, right? Because people think, okay, well, when I go to see James Bond, I expect to see, XYZ in a James Bond movie, and this is what I want to see. And if it's not that, I don't want to see it. Fair enough, okay. But after a certain point... if you're a producer, again, thinking about this, forget the politics of it. If you're just looking at this purely as a producer and you're seeing, okay, you know what, our numbers have been going down, right? There's a whole segment of the population that couldn't give a crap about James Bond or James Bond movies. You know what I mean? So at what point is there more money to be made by changing up the formula? Exactly. New Coke, exactly. Right? Sometimes though New Coke works. That's the difference, right? It's when you decide to make that change, right? You'll reach a certain tipping point where it's financially advantageous to change things up because it's getting stagnant. And if you want to bring in new people, right? Because if they never change anything about James Bond, there's just going to be less and less and less and less people that care until eventually no one cares anymore and they're not making any money. And by that time, everyone's forgotten about James Bond. So do you wait until you've run it all out, run it right into the ground before you decide to make a change? Or do you say, hey, listen, maybe we can make a change now and make it interesting? Because ultimately, everything you still like about James Bond would still be there if Idris Elba was playing it. Right? What would be different if Idris Elba was playing it versus Daniel Craig? Is he still a spy? Yeah. Does he still kill people? Yeah. Does he still have crazy stunts? Sure. Is he still, seducing the ladies and drinking martinis and gambling and having a cool British accent and looking sharp in a tux? Yep, check. All that works, right? So, changing it, what are you missing? What's changed about your James Bond? Nothing. Literally nothing has changed about your James Bond except the race of the James Bond, of the guy, right? If you change it to a woman, it depends on what they do, right? You could still be a spy, could still kick butt, could still do stunts, could still do gambling, could still drink martinis, could still be, a seducer, suave kind of person. Just means that the other people on the other end are dudes. Presumably, assuming, right? Okay. So yeah, that's a little different, but is that really so different? Like, really, the only difference between a male James Bond and a female James Bond that's going to be different is that instead of betting hot chicks, she's going to be betting hot dudes. Is that really the critical part of James Bond for you? Everything else could be exactly the same. Right? And not 007. Why not? They've changed one thing, so it can't be James Bond anymore. Why not 007? What else besides the fact that she's banging dudes instead of banging dudes instead of banging hot girls? Right? So instead of like Octopussy, you'll have, okay, I'm not going to get into it. You'll have a whole bunch of double entendre names for dudes. Fine, whatever. So what? That's the only thing that's changed and it can't be 007 anymore? Well, big deal. You know what I mean? To be honest, there's more changes. There's just as much change when you're going to someone like if you look at the difference between like Sean Connery and Roger Moore, totally different takes in the character, totally different characters, right? So much more different between those two characters, those two versions of James Bond, than anything that would change if you switched out Daniel Craig and put in Idris Elba or, Olivia Colman or so. I don't know who they'd even picked for a female James Bond. You know what I mean? That's like so much more difference, and no one cares about that. No one says, oh, Roger Moore isn't a real 007. That's not my 007. He should have been called 009 because he's so different from Sean Connery. Like, nobody said that for there. So then you have to start asking yourself, why is it making a difference for me that it might be a woman, and it didn't make a difference that it was Roger Moore versus Sean Connery? Is it the argument that, right? Is it that you're really, really dedicated to how the character is supposed to be in your mind and you don't want that to change? Or is it the fact that it's a woman? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm throwing out there. Yeah, that's true. I'm sure a lot of people did make that complaint with Roger Moore's portrayal. But I mean, the point is, everyone was saying, look, he's not the same kind of James Bond. But listen, it's still those movies were still super successful, and nobody now is trying to retcon Roger Moore out of the 007 canon. You know what I mean? Again, all the actors played it differently, really. I mean, they had that same core of ideals, but they all played it a little bit differently. On paper, they were all the same. They're all spies. They all wear tuxedos. They all gamble. They all, do crazy action stunts and cool spy stuff and gadgets and hot cars and all the rest of stuff. They all did all that stuff, but each of those characters, you know, Timothy Dalton versus Pierce Brosnan, again, two very different interpretations of the character. Daniel Craig is a way different interpretation than any of the previous 007s, way less fun and way more serious, right? Again, because they're trying to change it up to keep it fresh, and that's what makes it successful. So why is keeping it fresh by changing the way in which they approach the character okay for these dudes, but it's not if you decide to make it a woman, especially where you don't even know how that's going to be played, right? Listen, if they decide to cast a woman as James Bond and they come out and they're no longer a secret agent and they drive, like a Pinto, and they dress in sweatpants and they're terrible at fighting and all, then okay, yeah, sure, you can claim it's not 007 because all the critical aspects that make something 007 are gone. But if the only thing they're changing is that it's a woman, and otherwise the character, again, they might change some things just because, like I say, all of them interpret it in a different way. And you can't just say, okay, well, it's going to be a woman, but she's going to act exactly the same as the male James Bond would, because they may not, right? It depends on the actress and it depends on the writers, how they're going to do it. But it's still 007, it's still James Bond. I mean, it might be James Bond, or Jane Bond, or whatever you want to call it, right? But I don't see what the problem is. It just seems to be, it seems to be much ado about nothing. People get too obsessive. I see this all the time because I'm a big comic book fan. I see this all the time. Whenever they change anything in a Marvel movie, like, oh, that's not the real Wolverine. The Wolverine doesn't act like that, or this is like, just whatever, man. It's like, I don't know why people get so upset when they change things, right? I love comics and I love movies and I love these things. And, you have to walk a fine line because you want to be able to, you still, like I say, you don't want to have a James Bond who wears sweatpants and is a real estate agent, right? You want to have, like, James Bond be James Bond. But I find it great when they come in and change things, right? It makes it more interesting. Right? It's the same thing, like they do this all the time in comic books, right? Like you'll have Wolverine, right? But oh, here's Wolverine, and now he's had his hand cut off, and he's on the run, and he's living in Madripoor, and he's calling himself Patch for some reason. It's like, okay, you might like that or you might not like that, but I'm not saying that can't be Wolverine. It's like, no, he's acting different. They've evolved the character. They're trying to add new things, but the fundamental core is the same thing. That's the same thing. People just like, anytime anything's different, they freak out. And especially if that involves race or gender, because now they attribute the change to, instead of them just wanting to switch things up, right? Now it's like, oh, they're doing it simply because they want to be woke or whatever like that, when that's not necessarily the case at all. And why is that change different than just a regular change involving another dude who's also a white cis dude? All right, it's the same thing. You see, listen, you guys got me stun locked on this. You guys got me. You found my two weaknesses: pop culture and politics, and you got me stun locked. Now there's no one watching. Still, there's no one watching. We're gonna be on YouTube, and people are gonna have turned off 10 minutes ago. They're like, is this a James Bond theme? Is this a leftist philosophy channel? What the hell am I watching here? You totally broke me. You totally broke me. 100%. 100%. Now, as we watch this, let me explain to you about why capitalism is doomed. No, we're not gonna. No, we're done. We're done. That's it. We're not gonna go down. We're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. Exactly. Oh God.
I can feel the magic in the air.
I can't even have these debates with my daughter anymore because my daughter is regrettably, I love my daughter, but she's way more conservative than I am. She consumes a lot of conservative media, and it's kind of, I don't think it's been great for her opinions or her attitudes. Like, she's fine. She's not like a bad person or anything like that, but she just has more, more conservative views than I do. And I'm like a super lefty dude, you know what I mean? So, we have these conversations, and they just kind of, she's like me too. She's like stubborn and passionate about her beliefs. And so we just go, like, we'll just like, someone will mention like one thing, and then like we'll have like a 5-hour conversation that we're both exhausted from at the end of it, So we avoid the subjects not because we want to avoid a fight, because we still love each other. We don't fight about it, but just because we just don't have the time physically to go through it all once we go down those rabbit holes. So I gotta take up every stream talking about it if I start this way. Let me tell you.
It's Shady O'Grady.
All right, we're look at this. We are actually almost done this thing. Look at this. We're already in Austria, and we're down the home stretch. We've only got maybe 2 weeks left. We did it, chat. We did it. We yammered all the way through, but we did it. We're getting there. And look at that. Perfect timing to get out of my stun lock because we cracked the top 400. Excellent. And yeah, we're making money. I can't complain. The large force. That's what she said. I need to find a hotel. Again, I don't think that. Oh, Jadzia needs some equipment. I'll get that tomorrow. Yeah, we've got no inspiration here basically, so we'll just rest. That's fine. Let me take a look at the population, our popularity. That's what I like to see. We're back up in the 20s through England, up into Belgium, Germany. I'd like to see France a little higher, but that's okay. Germany, listen, Germany's loving us. I mean, we reasonably could make, you know, we could, instead of going to London, I mean, really, we're more popular in Germany than we are in London right now. So, you know, there is that possibility when we decide where to move as well. Oh, we'll see. We'll wait till we're gonna save that decision. We're not gonna make that decision right now. I am happy to see the popularities going up though. I do need to find a music shop though, so I'm gonna have to do. It's a small town, so I'm gonna have to tour around a bit, see what I can find. Good old Dominic's music. That'll do. That'll do. What am I doing? Yes, we're doing it over here. Right, I was thinking of you, Maz, with the Australian punishment. I think that was great. But it's good to know that Australian is in the mix for the random names. So I'm sure there's going to be a bunch more other Australian ones. But now, as a Canadian, I'm like, is there Canadian? There is, actually. I remember seeing Canadian. So Canadian is in there. So that's good. I thought I was gonna get a little defensive there, but I think we're all right. Okay, what are we missing? Sticks, obviously. Sticks, of course. We're okay for everything else, I think. So we'll just get some sticks. Anything? How can we get such... Okay, there's a +2 stage presence. I like that. Let's get a bunch of those. While I'm here, how's everybody... Oh, nope. How's everybody doing on... Oh, we're fine otherwise. We're fine otherwise. I'm going to repair all the equipment so we don't have to worry about it. Some of these things we're going to have to refurbish or replace at some point, but for now we're okay. I was gonna chauffeur it out of force of habit, but it's like literally around the corner. That would have been so lazy. Lean in the egg. What does that even mean? Lean in the egg. Good lord. Everett Archie Theater. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Look at that. Look at that. Killed it. Killed it. It's a straight up murder. How am I doing on merch? I probably got enough to coach till the end of the tour. Ah, Vienna. This is a bigger place. We'll take a look just in case. Just taking a look. I don't know why I'm checking. I'm torturing myself and wasting everyone's time because I'm like 99% sure at this point. The further we go in, the more I'm sure that my name will not appear. It like literally cannot possibly appear. and yet I'm forcing you guys to watch me check like a crazy narcissist every single time we go to a new city. All right. Ugh. Opening band is Diseases. I mean, that can't be great. That can't be a great name. That's hard to market that. You know what I mean? I don't know if you'd want a t-shirt that says Diseases. Oh, I guess Anthrax. I guess Anthrax, right? Anthrax just proved me wrong. Okay, never mind. Diseases is a great name. Anthrax is objectively worse than Diseases. Yeah, forgot you dead. Again, Monty Python. Oh my god, I love Monty Python so much. I was like that kid in high school that like, I probably still own it it's probably at my mom's place, but I had bought a big book that listed every sketch that the Monty Pythons did. So I had the scripts for all that stuff. So I had all the sketches memorized. I'd seen the movies a million times. I had all those sketches memorized. I did the restaurant sketch and the lumberjack song. I sung the lumberjack song at a talent show in high school. Like, I was like that kind of nerd. And this is back when nerds weren't like cool. It wasn't like, oh, you're a nerd? Oh, you know, no. This was when nerds were like, you suck, I'm gonna beat you up, you have no friends, girls don't like you. I was a nerd when it meant something, damn it. Not this easy mode nerd stuff that people do now, you know? Totally worth it, though. Totally worth it. Oh, it's such a good song. It's such a good song. And I always liked the Lumberjack song because it was Canadian content. Because they were in British Columbia. We are in Bratislava. I don't know if this is a Bratislavan accent, but it sounds about right. Bruce's Deluxe. Alright. The Bratislava Theater. Merry Wines. Yeah. Oh, honestly, everything the Monty Pythons did was great. I mean, it's so rare that you see anything they did that you're like, even like meh about. You know what I mean? Like, everything is just, like, it was just like hit after hit after hit for like a decade. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Listen, just to toot my own Canadian horn here, all right? But I think that if you look at SCTV, another one where it's just like a lot of hits, a lot of funny stuff in SCTV. If you're looking for Canadian content, and Kids in the Hall especially. Kids in the Hall, I mean, is a revelation. If you've never seen Kids in the Hall from Canada, go watch literally everything they've ever done, and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's so good. I saw them live. I went to a live taping. Oh, Four on the Floor. Oh, now we're getting old school. Four on the Floor had a great theme song too. Boot to the Head was a great theme song for Four on the Floor, the TV show. Mr. Canoehead, classic Canadian, classic. All right, enjoy Maz. Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated, everybody. If you haven't already, listen, I've already promoted Moz of Oz, and you know what? I'm gonna do it again. Why? Because he's that good. You should be watching him. After my stream, you should be watching him. Definitely go check out Moz for Oz. He's great. Oh, did you see? Oh, I popped out, but did you see the opening band? Instead of Frantic, look, the Frantics, Four on the Floor, it's all tying together. All the mysteries of the universe. It's the fundamental interconnectedness of all things. Dirk Gently was right after all. There's no way that could be a coincidence. It's impossible. There we go. We are killing it. We are like absolutely killing it in the crowds now. See you, Maz. Good luck with your stream, brother.
It's Shady O'Grady.
All
Doing
right.
the night shift
I
on
think.
Stranded
Oh wow,
Radio.
we're way over. I've been yammering on so
Busy
long.
tonight.
I try to keep these to like 2 hours or so. We're over that now, but we're so close to finishing the tour. We're so close to finishing this tour, and I'm having fun. So we're gonna finish off the tour at least. Look at that hospital. The Schwester. Oh, because we're in. How am I supposed to say that? Hungarians, hit me up. Give me the phonetic way to say that. I mean, Katie German Theater, that's easy, but the name of this city? That's impossible. That's impossible. Hungarians, someone out there must be Hungarian that can tip me off as to how to phonetically say that. Leave me a message. Contact me on Twitch. How the heck do I say that phonetically? Well, listen. The citizens of this unpronounceable city loved us. They loved us.
It's the weird part of the night. You're with Shady O'Grady.
Oh my
on
god.
Stranded
Now,
Radio.
I think I'm glad that I only went the 3 months. Like, could you imagine if we had gone right till... I think there was talk of going right till Christmas. Could you imagine if we did a tour right till Christmas? We're like a half an hour over our normal time, and we still got a week to go on this tour. If we had another month on top of this, oh my god, forget it. In fairness, though, we went off on a tangent or two. But that's okay. That's alright. Let's check out the old Carly Freeze Theater. Faithful Nations. That's a good name. That's a good name. So when the week's up and the tour is done, we'll head back home. I don't know how we're going to get there. We'll have to fly, I guess. We'll head back home triumphant. We'll take a final look at our popularity to see what the end result was. We'll see what the song popularity is as well. I'm curious to see how we've done in terms of getting the popularity of these songs off the album up. Kexkamet? That's probably wrong. That's probably wrong. But we'll do an analysis. And then, oh, we're up again. Look at that, 360. So all this hard work is doing something. It's doing something. All right, we need to... The Brief Surprise. I like that name for a... I like that name. We need to find a hotel. Marcia's Hotel. Marcia. Again, ask your parents. They know what that's a reference to. Inspiration. Let's try and write a song. Well, that's what I mean. Like, and especially if I decide to move to London or Germany, we're going to be more we're going to be spreading out a little bit more in the continent. So it doesn't hurt to kind of grease the wheels a little bit with some of these places. So, okay. We've got nothing. They're giving us diddly, pardon my language. Look at that. Why can't you be a little bit higher? Oh, okay. I mean, I can do them, but we're kind of wasting it. Like, that's way overpowered. That's, like, much over. But listen, you know what? Let's just do it. It's been so long since I've written a song. My monitor shut off over here. There we go. Okay, where are we at? We're at Family Business. Song about law and order. Family Business. Listen, man, that's some families, that's for sure. Okay, The Confused Knife. I don't know why that knife would be confused exactly, but that's all right. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. They're dancing and oh, they were dancing. Oh, they had the same moves going at the beginning. Keiko and Kira. Man. Exactly. Like, I don't want to be a knife. There's a kids movie in that somewhere. The knife that didn't want to stab people.
You're with Shady O'Grady, listening to the sounds of the knife.
All the other knives just wanted to be plunged into people. But this knife was different. It wanted to be a computer scientist. This summer from Pixar. No. Jesus' discount music. Jesus had another music store. Stabby the Happy Knife. Perfect. And then Stabby... Okay, so here's the plot of the movie, alright? Stabby's family are traditional knives. They want to be stuck into people to kill them, okay? But listen, Stabby's a different kind of person. He wants to be a computer programmer. He doesn't want to stab anybody. He's not about that stabbing life. And so he works hard, even though his parents are against him and the world is against him, and he works hard and he goes to school and he gets his degree in computer science and he's super happy and he gets a job for a major game company and life is good, right? But then you have to have that fall, right? You have to have that second act fall where they hit rock bottom. And what happens? New game is being released. The boss is on them. It's crunch time. It's like CD Projekt Red, like a month before Cyberpunk release. It's like they're putting all this pressure on him. And what does Stabby want to do? For the first time in Stabby's life, he wants to stab everyone. And so now he has this conflict, this inner turmoil, this angst. Do I stab? Do I still follow my dream? How can I reconcile these two things? And when it seems impossible, not only does he not stab anyone, but the game is a huge hit thanks specifically to Stabby. There you go. All right? So, if anybody from Pixar is watching this stream and they're like, that's a hit, don't steal it. Contact me, send me a message on Twitter. We can find a reasonable price tag that I'd be willing to sell to option that story of Stabby the Happy Knife to you. All right. Of course, because it was named by Phallic Alias now, I've got to give him a little cut. But listen, that's all right. Call me, Pixar. Call me. All right. There we go. We're getting so much done. This tour. We've done a tour of Europe. We have solved the problem of sexism. We solved racism. We solved the entire James Bond series. We saved that. It's just been a good, productive stream.
It's Shady O'Grady doing the night shift on Stranded Radio. The phones are busy.
Ironically, the thing we've talked the least about probably is Star Trek. But you all know I have lots of rants. At the ready when it comes to Star Trek. Lots of rants at the ready. I get so mad at the direction they're taking Star Trek sometimes that it infuriates me. That's another one where people were complaining about the direction and some of the issues that was Picard Season 2. I had written off Picard Season 2 because Picard Season 1 was terrible. I'm sorry, it was terrible. There was very little in that I liked and a whole lot that I actively hated. And so I was like, okay, easy clap, no problem. I'm just not going to watch Picard, it's fine. And then they went and they added Q. And I'm like, why you gotta do that to me? Why is this not going into the thing? Can I not go into the town? There we go. Map. Wait, where am I going? Novi Sad. There we go. That's the problem. I hit Nevermind instead. But because they added Q, now it's like, oh, I love John Delancey. He's so good in that role. and they're probably going to ruin it, and I'm probably going to hate it, and they're probably going to destroy the character of Q forever. But how can I not watch it if Q's in it? You know what I mean? And Jordy's going to be in it. It's like, oh. Unbelievable. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Discovery Season 4, I'm not excited about at all. I didn't like the first one. I didn't like the second one. The third one I actively hated and still watched it anyway. So I don't know if I can do it for number 4. I think if I'm watching number 4, it's just to see how bad it gets. But I don't think it's going to be very satisfying if I do.
It's a nice cool night, perfect for cruising around.
Oh, we are
with the
so
windows
close,
down
guys.
and the
We are
system
so
up.
close.
Katie O'Grady here, saying, have a great night.
We are almost done this tour. Then we're going to get a new city. We're going to put out a new album, an indie one. We're going to get a new manager. Change is a comin'. Confused people. That's basically all of you after listening to all the nonsense I was talking about. Oh yeah, we also solved how to start and have a successful stream. How to Twitch. We solved that problem today too. We're just banging them out. What are the world problems you got? World hunger? Boom. Feed people. Done. COVID? Ride around on horseback, shooting people in the neck with vaccines. Done. Solved. What else you got? What else you got? I will solve any of the world's problems.
I could feel the magic in the air tonight. You're with Shady O'Grady, listening to the sounds of the night on Stranded Radio.
There you go. There's the tagline. Solves world problem. Solves all world's problems. Can't crack the top 200. The dull spear. I guess that's like Edge on a day where he's just not got that energy. You know what I mean? Edge doing his taxes. The dull spear. Little wrestling joke for you wrestling people. Love. What else we got? Is this changed at all? We're still... No. Love, atheism, and basic musicianship. It's helped that we haven't... That we've been able to have a couple of bangers with the love and the basic musicianship. I think that's really helped us in this tour. I'm happy that happened. No, you know what? I haven't watched wrestling in ages on a regular basis. I kind of like... Every now and then I kind of poke my head into wrestling and catch up, but I haven't really watched it. I mean, literally years. My grandmother, who I mentioned earlier, it's her 90th birthday on Thursday. She is the biggest wrestling fan of all human history. She watches every pay-per-view. She watches every show. She has a WWE folding chair that she sits in while she watches the wrestling. She has a luchador mask. She has a belt. She's got all the gear. I took my grandmother to a WWE live event, and it was the most exciting thing that I've ever had happen. It was the most adorable thing to watch at the time, like an 80-something-year-old woman yelling and screaming at wrestlers and telling me all about it in her thick New Brunswick accent. It's amazing. I love my nanny. She's the best. She's the best. And still kicking, man. Still going strong at 90. I hope I get there.
Here's one by request.
I don't know, man. Like, she's 90, but I still feel like she could give me a good chair shot if I got out of line. No, I'm not lying. I don't know, man. I wouldn't take her on. Look at this. Look at this. So close. What did I say? Close to 300, but not cracking 300. That was my prediction. Oh, let me tell you, the people at the shows loved my grandmother so much when I went to the show because she was so animated. And like I would ask her, because I hadn't watched it in a while, so I didn't know what the deal was. Like, who is this guy or what's the deal? And then my grandmother's got a thick accent. My family's from the Maritimes in I got all these houses for sale, no hotels. It is a hotel. She's from the Maritimes here in Canada, and Maritimers have a very peculiar accents and phraseology. So, like, all the people that were around us were just killing ourselves laughing because, like, I'd like, Nanny, who's this guy? And she'd be like, oh, that old lad, he makes me so ugly. Oh, he's so dozy. He came out there the other week and he hit that other lad right on the head. And then he turned around and, oh my God, you imagine. I just couldn't. She was like just going, she knew everything about every wrestler. She knew all the storylines. And everybody was just tickled as I am with my grandmother. To watch someone that angry about wrestling. And enjoying the show. And I got her a John Cena t-shirt, and you would think that I've got, so she had 12 kids, my grandmother, like my mom is the oldest of 12. So I've got like, I can't keep track of all my cousins. I've got like 500 cousins. I don't know how many cousins I've got. And like in that moment when I bought her that John Cena t-shirt, I knew I was number one. I mean, it's probably shifted since then, but I knew in that moment I was number one. Easy. Not even close. Not even close.
You're with Shady O'Grady on Stranded
All right.
Radio for your afternoon drive.
This is it, everybody.
Looking very light, so
This is it.
shouldn't see any problems. Here's a song to
The
take you
female wine. Final show of the tour. Oh yeah, finish line would be great if it would happen to be the finish line for the name of the place. That'd be amazing. All right, this is it. Last one. Oh my God, that'd be so amazing for a kid. Could you imagine? Like, 'cause when you're kids, you're so excited. Like when I was a little kid watching wrestling a long time ago, all right? But I was so pumped to have that experience as a kid. That'd be amazing, you know? Yeah, because Rey Mysterio is what is he, like 5'6"? I don't even know how small he is, but he's small. I mean, he's... There we go.
You're with Shady O'Grady on Stranded Radio.
Good, she finished her drum heads. Right on time. Okay, now we gotta get home. Oh, wow. Even smaller than that. Wow, that's amazing. Like, because you can imagine the punishment that you would take. You know? Like, I mean, to be that small and still be able to perform at that level is unbelievable. Like, that's what I mean. Like, people give wrestlers crap because they're like, oh, they're not real athletes. Like, no, I'm sorry. You take any real athlete and you slam them to the mat, and I mean, those chair shots are still chair shots. You know what I mean? Like, it's. You look at any retired wrestler and they're like barely able to move. You know, they're in chronic pain the rest of their lives, half of them. You know, no teeth, scars all over the place. Like look at Terry Funk. You go take a look at Terry Funk in his final years, and you tell me that wrestling doesn't take a toll on you. You know what I mean? Those guys are athletes. Okay. You know what? Let's fly back. It only saves us the day. It doesn't really matter. But you know what? We had a nice, successful tour. Let's go in style. I just got back off this giant tour of Australia. Sorry. Moz of Oz on the brain. Of Europe. And this guy's coming at me with a 60 capacity gig. These are the guys that we just opened for. We're going to come back and do a 60? I just toured with you guys for 3 months. I'm sick of you. No, get lost. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm going to go home. I'm going to be home. Okay, now, yes, we got to worry about Jedzia's thing. Well, that's the next stream thing. Right now, I want to kind of take a look, because we haven't looked for a little bit. Let's take a look at popularity. Let's see. We finished the tour. It was highly successful. It was highly profitable. We probably made about 400 grand off of that tour. That's a good thing. Let's take a look and see how it affected the popularity. Right? These are good numbers. Look at all these over 20. We really pumped up the popularity in some of these other places like Germany, Netherlands were almost at 20s. Right? We're up again in France and the Netherlands and so forth. Now, some of this is going to be based off album sales, like the bigger, you know, but this is a much more workable. But what it tells me though, is that we're going to have to do more touring. You know, I mean, we need to take some breaks in between to rest up and to, get those songs built up and to, record albums and things like that. But I think heavy touring is really the way to go. I mean, not that heavy, but no more of this kind of 2-week tour nonsense. I think we need to do at least a month long tour each time. And I think maybe like we did with Germany, that we can do in France, we could do maybe targeted tours where we're kind of just restricting ourselves to a couple of them, do a month or two. I would still like to do America, but I feel like that's a whole more complicated thing. I need to do some research. Yeah, a world tour. That's exactly what we need. That's what we need to do. So anyway, this is all positive. Let me take a look at the song list and see how we're doing in terms of the song popularity as well, because I'm sure these all shot up pretty well. These are, let me see, Wish Horses, Taylor. Even these Taylor ones are still going up, eh? Just because I guess of the sales, these are still creeping up here. And look, all these old ones are all high on the basic musician love. So our best one is Civil Defense at 25 popularity. That's good. That's nothing to sneeze at. Then we get down here. We're still in the 13s, 12s, 10s, right? Even the ones that I think that were on the album but weren't we haven't been using on the tour, even they're creeping up a little bit. So all that's positive. So those are just going to continue to increase as record sales go. So that's perfect. And like I say, we've got a bunch of these other crappy songs that we're going to put out. Not crappy, but crappier songs that we'll put out as an EP just for fun to see how that goes, just to release an independent just for the heck of it. Why not? Yeah. Listen, I'm happy. I'm happy about all this. So what does that mean for next stream? Now, here's the things that we need to get sorted out in the next stream. The next stream, we're going to need to make a decision about where we're going to move. We're going to need to see if we can afford to move, or do we need to make some more money first? We need to figure out a new manager. We need to release that EP. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff cooking. So hang on, let me take these off. My ears are sore. Yeah, so we got a lot to do next time, and that's going to be on Ferengi Fridays, the newly minted, highly successful Ferengi Fridays. So if you can come back on Friday, come on back. Friday at 7 p.m. EST. And if not, it'll be up on YouTube. You can watch it later. That's fine. It'll be on Twitch. If you go through my old Twitch stuff, it's all saved there too. You can look at there. Wherever you want to see it, it'll be there for you. Don't worry about it. I want to thank everybody. I think we're gonna let's try and raid somebody. I did it last time and I didn't completely crash the stream. Let's see if we can do it again. Let me see who we're gonna send you to. Let me take a look. Bear with me as I figure this out. Where am I? Okay, where am I going here? Who have I got? Who could we send you to? I'm trying to think if there's anybody on here that we can send you to. I don't see Maz on, so I don't think we can send you to Maz. Have we got anybody who's playing anything? Oh, there's nobody. There's nobody on. That's good. That I want to send you to. You know what? We're gonna leave it. I don't know why. Normally I've got like 5 billion people on, but I got nobody going on here. Let me just take a quick check and see if anybody just happens to by complete coincidence be playing Rising Star 2. I don't think so, because normally it's just it's normally just me and Maz, and that's it. So no. So okay, listen. You guys are grown adults, I'm assuming. I don't know. You guys can find your own people on Twitch to watch and support, but get out there and watch Twitch streamers, especially smaller Twitch streamers who could use your support like me. We definitely appreciate it. Thanks to everybody. I want you all to stay safe. Hopefully you're already vaccinated or getting vaccinated soon. Let's all try and get through this without dying on a respirator. That's, fingers crossed. And I'll be back on Friday with more. In between, I may either tomorrow or the next day, I might do another Rust stream or something. But you can keep an eye open for that. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see when I'm going to be on next. And you can also, of course, follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube, yada, yada, yada. You all know the drill by now. You all know the drill by now. Thank you very much for sticking through all of this nonsense, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.